Are we live? Let's see. Let's take a good look at the chat. Whoops. See here. I think we're live, yeah? Are we live, ladies and gentlemen?
We're live now.
I think we're live. Yeah, we're live. What's up, ladies and gents? What's going on? Sorry for the extremely late start for this one. We had to set some stuff up, and it happens. But we're here. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Appreciate your patience. Thanks for joining us this awesome evening. Wow. We got a lot to go over, man. A lot to go over. Shout out to you guys. We got a special guest with us today. We got my good friend, Next Gen Canada. What's going on? I was at you on this channel not too long ago. It's a good conversation. So,
how's it going, Big Cloud? Thank you for joining. Love your show. Big shout out to my partner, Ari Hoffman in the house.
Ari, you already know where you at. Welcome, brother. Welcome. Of course, we got the returning panel members. We got, finally, this dude, it's hard to get a hold of him, but when I do, he's always got something crazy going on. He's like, yo, Big Cloud, I'm playing this game. I'm like, you son of a bitch. I just want to kill him. My brother, Paul, a.k.a. Hunter. What's going on? Welcome, brother.
What's going on, man? Yeah. I felt bad. I actually got the God of War Ragnarok. I think it was like Thursday night, and then obviously I was diving in on Friday, so that was 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
So unfortunately, I've been a little AWOL, but I'm back. Played some God of War. We got lots to talk about this week. I'm excited to dive in.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Good to have you here. Good to have you back. Of course, we got Red Hood 420. What's up? Looking like a serial killer staring at the screen. We already know why you're staring at the screen like that, because we were talking about Gotham Knights. When they did the Red Hood, you was like, yeah, I want to kill anybody who mentions this.
Listen, a certain somebody, all I remember is they were dogging the game, and now they're playing it and saying the game looks graphically amazing.
Oh, yeah.
All I gotta say, I was shaking my head, and I'm just so disappointed. I was like, bro, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
Yeah.
But hopefully everyone's having a good day, and
I swear their nose
almost Odin. I was gonna say almost Odin Day is next Wednesday, right? So
yes, sir.
It's gonna be great, and PlayStation fans got a lot to look forward to, as well as gamers.
What's funny about that person? That person has a lot in common with Pinocchio. When they lie, their nose just gets significantly longer. They know exactly who they are. But we'll talk about that fraud. If he shows up today. But we'll talk about him when we get to that. Anyway, we got.
He's saying, "Say my name."
Say my name.
Brace face.
To the chat. Hey, let's get into this, man. Ragnarok is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. We finally, got the review scores in. We were all pretty damn close with these damn review score predictions. I said a 92.
I said 91.
You said like a 91. What were you at, Hunter? I think you were like 93, 95, or something like that. You were pretty.
I don't know if I think maybe I told you guys, but I didn't publicly tweet it. But I actually I played the game. I beat the game. I after I beat the game, I actually thought the game was going to score lower than it did. I thought for sure it was going to score lower than 2018 God of War. So I was like, yeah, I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I thought it was going to be like possibly like 89 to 92, somewhere in that range, just hovering around the 90.
Right.
That's what I generally thought. I gave it a 95. I thought it was a little bit better than that, but I thought that there were certain parts that reviewers would pick apart.
You already know repetitiveness, tediousness. They would do everything.
The biggest reason why I thought it was going to score lower is because I thought reviewers would have knocked it because it's a PS4 game and not a PS5 game. We all want PS5 native games, so I thought that would dock it a couple of points there. But also too, you saw in the previews that came out a couple weeks ago, and the first little while of the game feels very much like 2018, right? It opens up trust me, the game gets way better the more you play it. But the first few hours feels familiar. Yeah,
I got
gameplay feels familiar.
Yeah.
So I just thought like the familiarity and because the thing is too is like when you compare like the original trilogy of God of War to God of War 2018, like God of War
Night and
2018
day.
was just a
Yeah.
reimagining, like absolute like a total reimagining of Kratos, who he is, like what his motivations are, all this stuff. And 20 this new version like doesn't try to reimagine him. It's literally a direct sequel. Like you play and the first few hours you're like, this feels exactly like the last game. So I thought for sure that it would get docked a little bit, but it didn't.
I
Like
mean,
it was
I
actually
saw the gore.
at 95 meta.
They took
like
some
for
criticisms though, for sure. They definitely took some criticism to heart for 2018. Remember how we talked about how it wasn't necessarily as gory as the previous ones? They definitely took took that criticism to heart. There's a lot of gore in this
Yeah.
game, thank God. And
dude, a lot of bosses too.
yeah,
I
they
heard it's
definitely
more
took
varied.
it.
Hunter,
Yeah.
Hunter, can you
Like
confirm
way
that?
more
Like,
way
Has there
more
been
bosses.
varied
Yeah.
bosses too?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of like palette swap bosses too. So you not every boss is like you'll fight like the ice version and then the fire version, stuff like that.
So are those like the mini bosses or are those the main
yeah,
bosses though?
yeah, I would say that those are more mini. But even like even the mini bosses in this game feel like epic enough that they would have been a regular game's main boss. So like they have cutscenes and like dramatic ways that they get introduced and like it's pretty epic.
Let me ask you this, because I saw some comments. Obviously, I know you saw them too, because you kind of were interacting with Tony in the midst of the reviews.
Oh god,
he made a comment.
That was a fun conversation.
About no, he made a comment about load screens. Is that true? Was there load screens in this game?
So the developers already commented on this. The thing is like, and this is one of the reasons why it kind of feels like a PS4 game, which is like and a lot of games like if you look at like say like Elden Ring, the way that they gate off content is they have doors that and you take like you take like 10 seconds to like push the door open while the next area loads and all that. God of War has like the going through the cracks, right? Like every place you go to
the
like
little
crevices.
The crevices,
like there's like a crack in the mountain you squeeze through and stuff like that. But so like the thing is that we've been told for years from developers that these are techniques that are used to help load the next area and also like dump the assets from the previous area as you go through the crack. So that's what we're actually used to. But Santa Monica developers, one developer, I can go check his name, but anyways, he commented on Twitter about how it's not really like it does serve the purpose of loading and unloading, but the main reason why they do it actually is not that. It's for like for dramatic effect. And this is actually now that when I saw this tweet, because I saw the tweet like halfway through playing the game, and then I took that perspective the rest of the half when I was playing it, and it actually made a lot of sense because what he was saying is like they use the squeeze through to show you the next area in exactly the framing that they want you to see it, right? And so like what I mean by that is like you'll squeeze through an area and there'll be like something that they want you to focus on, whether it's like a big enemy boss that's approaching from like the left side, and then as you squeeze through, like the camera kind of tilts towards that, or there could be like a big like huge monument that's over like way off in the distance that looks cool, and like they spend hours designing it and they want you to like really focus in on it. So I noticed that, like I go through and I'm like, this is actually kind of cool. Like it like my field of vision gets narrowed, right, to like 25% of the usual, and I laser focus on whatever's right in front of me, and it actually kind of like it heightens the mood. It makes me like more excited to see what's on the other side, especially when you go through the crack and like everything does open up, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes like the color palette will change, right? You'll be like in a blue ISO, and you go through into like this beautiful decorated palace, right? And it's like you get to see the palace like inch by inch as you go through. It kind of makes it feel like more epic, like more majestic.
Yep.
So I don't have any problem. If PS5 games continue to have cracks that you squeeze through, as long as they did it like they did in God of War Ragnarok, all the power to it, man. I thought it was great.
How'd you feel about? Well, all right. So I saw some certain boss fights. Again, not gonna say who showed me it. Not gonna say who did it. He's Well, I'll deal with him later. I'll just say that. I'll deal with this person later. But, you know, how'd you feel about the boss fights in Ragnarok on setup?
They were massively cinematic and very epic. I don't know how I'm trying to like, I don't want to do any spoilers, but the one thing that I noted in my review, which is I don't think it's really a spoiler, but I genuinely thought the Aesir gods were so different than the Greek gods that we had before, right? Like it was the way they talk, the way they fight, like it's a completely different way that it's presented, and I thought it was awesome. Like I was actually expecting that it would be like, I thought this version would kind of go back to the old Kratos and the old way of presenting bosses, which is like you know, like the original Kratos, it was like the angry dude, the dude that just literally wanted to rip the head off of everything that was in his way, right? And then the new Kratos is like, it's a dude that actually has a family and has to like think things through and stuff like that. And that plays through like when you're in the boss fights. It's awesome. I love it. It's like, you don't go into a boss fight thinking, I'm like, that thing in there, I'm ripping its head off, right? You don't, because you don't know, like Kratos might talk his way through it, or something else might happen that like distracts him or whatnot. Like there's all kinds of like crazy things that happen.
Hunter, I'm so proud of you, buddy. I am so proud when you responded to that piece of, you know. I'm proud of you. When I seen that you wrote, what, you know, when Tony Polanco, I don't, you know, I was about to jump into that thread on an alt account because he got me blocked. I was about to get him, right? But I was like, you know what, Hunter?
No, you weren't.
But listen, I've already got him before, Big Cloud. You know that. Cut it out. You know what, though? You know what? Again, this is like when people thought that God of War wasn't going to perform right. Like, it's like, Gaming Addict had a video, oh, God of War has me worried. All this shit is no offense, it's all clickbait, you know, trying to gain interest in the video, because what has God of War ever done in the past to make anybody doubt anything about, you know, the studio Santa Monica or God of War itself? Like, it's always been a great experience, other than Ascension, you know, which was kind of a...
That's what I was going to mention. It was not, like, if we're going to be honest, Ascension was not needed. Like, it was like a storyline we already kind of knew. Like, it's like, yeah, he
they were trying to freshen it up. Clearly, you could when you look at Ascension, you look at a development team that was trying to do something new with God of War, because they could feel, I guarantee going into Ascension, they were like, this is getting a little stale. Let's try adding new things. Let's try adding a bunch of weapons, multiplayer. And I'm telling you, that's all it was. But like, when you look at 2018 and the pressure Santa Monica has from 2018 to deliver another game, that like a game of like the generation type of a game, like, all that pressure, and to still deliver, no Corey Barlog at the helm, even though he's in the background making sure everything's working out. Like, there's a lot of pressure, and for them to deliver, and like David exceeded my expectations, because I said 91, and I was like just being safe. So that's go ahead, Hunter. You can continue.
They did it. Well, I'll go up. I'm sorry. This is Justin.
I was going to ask a question.
One quick question, Hunter.
Yeah.
How were the puzzles?
So I don't think this is going to be a spoiler, but the puzzle. Okay, the puzzles are pretty good. They're definitely easier than in the previous game. One thing that I actually appreciated that I'm sure other people probably will not is, and I don't remember this as much in the previous game, but the NPCs in this game are so helpful. They are so like, it is unbelievable. You'll not know how to solve a puzzle for like a minute and a half, and then an NPC will be like, "Hey, what's that over there?" And then you're like
little hint things.
Oh, okay. Like PlayStation hints.
Oh, somebody froze.
Oh, Hunter's.
Hunter, are you muted?
No, I think he froze.
PlayStation just zapped them, bro. They didn't want no more God of War talk.
What up? You know. What up, Viper? What's up? Nah, no technical problems. I had to fix the layout.
Bro, I DM'd you twice. I said, Big Class. I sent you a text message
during a show,
and I sent you a text message. I don't want to fuck up the layout, Big Class. Are you sure?
You should have been in before earlier.
Or not. Or sometimes they don't even do that. Sometimes they actually just kind of like stand around what you need to do. Like,
He's got what happened to me. Remember what happened to me with my internet?
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going on.
That's either Discord.
He's not realizing it.
Yeah, he's not realizing it. That's either Discord doing that or something else.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, there you go. Now you're good.
I'm back.
You're good.
The other thing that I really loved about the NPCs is they also tell you when you're going the right way and when you're not going the right way. Like again, I got to go back to 2018 to see if it was like, you know, the same level as in this game, but I actually loved it. It was great. Like the path would branch in 3 ways. I would, you know, go the left path, and then somebody would be like, "Hey, what are you doing? We got to go this way." And I was like, "This is great." Like, because the thing is that like it really immerses you in the environments, and like it helps you out, of course, as a player. But it also gives like a new layer of depth to the characters too. Like they're not just like dumb idiots that are walking with you. They're people that legitimately like are trying to figure out where to go to, and they're like, no, actually, I think you took a wrong turn. Go back and go this way. It's so like, yeah, the banter back and forth is just great in this game.
So Hunter, all the complaining about running into the same bosses,
they fixed that altogether.
They fixed that, right? Like Big Cloud said, there's a lot more blood. I did see a lot more blood splatter on the ground and stuff. I don't know if it's gonna be that much better, but
there's brutal ways of killing the bosses, yeah, for sure. And I actually noticed too that I believe it actually depends on what weapon you currently have equipped, because I noticed that when I was doing the end moves, like if I had the chains, I was doing like one kind of finisher, but then if I found the mini boss again and switched to the axe, like I did it a different way. So yeah, it's pretty brutal.
That's cool.
I don't think it's as brutal. It's kind of like in the middle between like the original trilogy and 2018. It's definitely a step up on the brutality side, but not like as brutal as the first 3
Are you
games.
guys brothers? Are you guys like cousins?
Oh man.
Both from Canada?
Next gen?
Yeah, next gen gaming, next gen hunt. Yeah, like you guys are both from Canada.
Cousins, yes, cousins. Yeah.
Really? You got any extra codes, brother?
We're next gen buddies, yeah, of course.
Next gen buddies.
Oh God.
the one like probably the best thing for me about this whole God of War Ragnarok is that I actually didn't really know a whole lot about Eric Williams, who is the director of this game, but obviously he's awesome and super talented, and he's a new name that all PlayStation fans should know. I think if the very next game that Eric Williams goes and directs,
yeah, I'm
gonna assume it's a masterpiece like this game. Like it.
Wow.
You think they built him up basically in Santa Monica?
Oh,
it seems like he was kind of like Corey's right hand guy in the last game. So, and you know, like whoever is the right hand guy often has a lot of
insight,
input and input. Like sometimes like a good chunk of the game came from the right hand person, right? So who knows like how much of 2018's God of War was actually Eric Williams.
So is it a better game, Hunter? Do you think is it a better, like Horizon Forbidden West? A lot of people say it's a better game overall, technically, maybe not story.
Refinements, yeah, refinements.
It's more refinements. Yeah.
It's more refined.
I think it's better in every single way.
Wow.
Except for I noted in my review the only one area that I didn't enjoy as much as the original game is a bit of the pacing. I'm not saying it's bad, because obviously the game is narrative gold, but the difference between this game and the previous game is that in the previous game you as Kratos and Atreus have one goal to do, right? Like you got to spread the ashes on the highest peak, and that's what you like. The whole game, you're like, I got to find the highest peak, and the journey was all about finding that highest peak, and that was it. And a singular thing that propelled you all the way through. This game is like there's so many things going on. Like so Atreus is now as Loki. Like what does Loki do? Who is Angerboda? The she got revealed months ago.
Yeah.
Who is she's a giant. What does she do? Like is Freya still mad at you? Is Odin the big bad guy, or is Ragnarok the thing you got to be worried about? And what happens with Loki? Is Loki like, is he gonna try to kill you, or is he gonna like, are you gonna have things going on with him? Like, there's so many things that happen in this game, and there's not one thing that propels you. I thought it was actually gonna be Ragnarok, right? I thought going into it, I was like, okay, the whole thing is how do we prevent Ragnarok? Like, that is the whole game. But it's like how to prevent Ragnarok is like 20% of the game. The other 80% is other stuff. Like you're like, you have to go into this game.
We're not gonna spoil, chat. Don't worry.
We're not. There's no spoilers at all.
I'm waiting for the game on Wednesday. It's equivalently equal to Hump Day on Wednesday, so we can get our game on.
Come on, yo, Chad. You guys really think we're gonna spoil a game?
No, we wouldn't do that. We wouldn't do that.
Yeah, like Hunter's a professional reviewer here.
Hunter actually played the game and got it early. He had to wait before
he beat it. he beat it, bro. He's done. Like, he's still gonna go through it.
Yeah, just do me a favor. Hit that like button if you're enjoying the details. If you're more excited, hit that like button. Thanks for joining us. But
I got a question, Hunter. So I know a lot of reviewers are kind of like comparing, like, this is not a traditional sequel. It's very much similar to like something in the vein of like Lord of the Rings, where like you'll have like Return of the King or Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, where it's like a singular storyline, essentially connecting all the way to 2018. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, it absolutely was not. It didn't play out the way that I thought it was at all. Like, not everything was a pure surprise. Of course, you can try to guess a few things, but there's a lot of points that when I was playing the game where I was kind of like what do we do next? Like, it's just like I didn't actually know like what the next thing was going to be. And 2018, it was easy. It's like, okay, we got to keep on progressing forward. We're gonna keep on exploring until we figure out the highest peak. Like this one, it was kind of like oh my god, okay, like we're switching to like this plot line, and we're gonna follow this path for like 3 hours and like flesh out this plot line.
You know what I'll say, Hunter, is like people, if you guys are worried about spoilers, I was just thinking of this. I clicked IGN's, because I was stupid. I said God of War review, and I'm like, oh, maybe they'll. So I click it, and right off the bat, they're showing scenes that.
Oh, weren't shown before.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
what do you?
Like
they didn't even put no quotation, no warning, nothing. They're showing some big scenes in the game. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is IGN doing? Like I clicked right off that shit.
People
more
were
likely,
tweeting.
it's probably for early.
I saw
early
Jeff Keighley tweeted an image that of a character that was not revealed before, and I was like, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He did. I saw.
Are we allowed? Like, what's that?
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. That I don't know why he tweeted that one out either. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great. Read that super chat.
He got permission. I don't know. Like I'm not. There's definitely new characters in this game, and I'm not going to talk about them. I'm not going to tweet them out or anything like that.
Let me go here. Okay, so one question from Happy Cloud Gamer. He said, is the game 4K 30 FPS and 60 FPS 1440p? If you have an HDMI, I think 2.1, that's what they said, TV?
Yeah, it's variable 40,
right?
right?
Yeah, you get a variable 40.
There's a bunch of modes. Yeah. There's so many different modes depending on what you have. But Rob Jones' question is $2 He's like, Hunter, what resolution or FPS did you play at? Well, what was best for you? Because you got an OLED, right, Hunter? Or no?
Yeah, I did. I tried it on OLED. I'm always a frame rate guy.
Yeah.
So, it looked. I think who was it? Was it Digital? Somebody actually one of the early reviewers said that on an OLED it looked like a PS6 game. Did you guys see that? I think it was Digital Foundry or something like that.
Bro, I'm trying to tell Big Cloud. I'm trying to tell these buy an OLED, bro. It's a different ball game, bro.
Yeah, babe, why don't you upgrade to an OLED?
No, Hunter, you need a Q dot, man. Q dot.
Blaze must
don't go with the OLED. Go with the new Sony Q dot, bro.
If anyone has would be good too. If you got an OLED, this game I think it's actually hilarious. Anyone who thinks that this game will not look amazing because it's a PS4
I
game
was
that
hoping
got
you didn't catch on.
like upscaled to PS5.
Yeah.
Dude, this game looks beautiful. Looks for sure better than especially on an OLED. It looks way better than the previous game.
Yeah.
Does it look
I
like
think
a
that
cross-gen game? Does it look like DLC? What the fuck was Tony talking about? That's why I was like so aggravated with that. Like, so you're telling me it
definitely had
looks up to
worried.
par?
Well, he had me worried when he said that there's load screens because me and Hunter just got done playing Gotham Knights. And Hunter, you remember there was some big
Great
load
game.
screens in that game. There's a lot.
Dude, there's it's like night and day difference. Like
he had me worried for something. Like, what?
There's like
There-
3-minute
there's,
load
like-
screens in Gotham Knights. That's why.
Yeah.
there is almost like no studio out there that even comes close. Like, sure, Naughty Dog, yeah, I would say can probably come close, and then if not better, but and maybe like Rockstar Games, but that's it, man.
Well, Hunter, didn't God of War
that's
2018 have a like they had no transitions, no cuts? It was completely
same with this game too.
same
Yeah,
thing. Okay, so
I
what's
love
the
it.
issue?
Yeah,
So what is he talking about? What's
he was talking about how you, like between areas you usually squeeze through the wall. Like there's a crack in the wall you squeeze through, and like apparently that is like an era, like a relic of the PS4 era, and we should be in like the SSD era where we don't actually have to
walk through a wall? I got you. I mean, who cares, bro? We're talking like that. They're just hiding a loading screen. You know what I mean? Like what like.
It's fine. I think the majority of the population is not really going to care. And to Hunter's
the next spot
question,
here, but like it's already been explained for the developers, which I totally believe. You got $25. Good job, man.
Hunter, in 2018, the NPCs didn't help at all. So I'm glad, that you told us that they do now. That's great.
Great. Yeah. It was awesome. Like,
Shout out to Rogers Internet, man. Jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Shout out to what was it, Games Lord? He dropped the 25 HRK. I don't know what currency that is, but I appreciate the super chat. He says perhaps hints can be turned off, like in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where in the options you can turn them off, everything unless hand holding. Then even Elden Ring. Not joking. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You probably could turn hints off, maybe.
let me. Yeah, I'll check tonight.
Yeah,
I don't
turn them off.
I don't. My gut is that they won't let you turn them off because it's more of like they give you hints, but a lot of it is just regular banter.
Subtle,
right?
very subtle.
Oh, so it's not like okay, because it's not an extreme rate, so it's not like hand.
And yeah, and it's very subtle.
Yeah,
I said, sometimes they don't even say anything. They just kind of like
point.
They'll look up.
Yeah.
They'll like Atreus will be like just walking beside you and just suddenly like looking up, and you're like, okay. You look up and you're like, oh, there's the target I got to hit with my axe.
Oh, so it's kind of like it's like Last of Us.
A subtle thing.
Yeah, it's like Last of Us. Remember, like Ellie
kinda,
would
yeah.
remember how Ellie would interact with stuff. She'll like pause and like and look up and observe.
Yeah. Sometimes they do tell you and they do talk and say like, oh, like maybe it's this or what about have you tried this? Like sometimes they're very direct.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, I think it was amazing because it means the NPCs are not just dumb idiots standing around, right?
Yeah.
If all 5 of us like go into an escape room, right? Are you guys gonna point out shit that you see that you think might help the team?
No.
I will say this too. Since we're on that topic. So like when you play as Atreus or you have Atreus playing in the original 2018 game, you add the elemental abilities like electricity and whatnot.
I'm gonna guess yes, right? There to be point out interesting things.
Wait for his glitch. I guess it's all right. You there? There he is.
Is it?
Yeah, you're
so,
good.
I don't know. Sorry, man.
You're good.
I'm far away from my work today, so I don't know.
Oh, that's why. That's probably why. Anyway, what about that? Actually, so. All right, remember in God of War 2018 where you have Atreus to do like those combo attacks where you can shoot electricity and hit and everything like that, which is pretty much required to beat the Valkyries, those crazy combat attacks. How strong is Atreus in this? Is he much stronger than them, or is he more like damage kind of scales the same, would you say?
he is way more useful for sure because he begins the game already like fully like a full-fledged fighter, right?
Oh.
In the first game, he was just kind of learning how to fight. This one he
Okay.
like he rushes right into battle, very first battle, and just I don't know what, like, again, I'm not gonna like spoiler stuff, but
Yeah. No.
like he gets better over time. I'll just say that he gets better. He gets
All
better
right.
over time, and like he becomes so useful. He becomes so useful
Blaze,
that
why'd you walk away? Yeah, because this leads into that theory, bro. This leads to that theory. He's gonna be the franchise. He's gonna be the franchise.
All I'll say is that he has one move in particular that I think is my favorite move in these new God of War games. That I like. It is my like it's better than the blades of chaos. It's better than the axe. Like, it is my favorite move, and I just loved seeing it. And yeah, I'll play a full game if if there's like a future game that comes out that has Atreus in it. I'll certainly play it because he was certainly interesting.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I know like people complained about like how annoying Atreus could be, right?
Jump out and jump back in. Maybe that'll fix it. I don't know. Maybe if it's still doing it, I don't know. Is he fine? He sound good for y'all? Say something, Hunter? Yeah, he might have to jump back and jump out, jump back out.
Annoying in what way? Like his voice or his personality?
No, yeah. So, let me rephrase it again because I know like the Discord might be glitching.
Yeah.
But I was saying like, I know people like were getting annoyed by him a couple instances. Do you think he's like not annoying for those individuals in terms of personality and dialogue, I guess?
No,
like,
he's still annoying.
Or he's mature.
Yeah,
okay,
no, he's still annoying. But he's annoying. I think, especially in this game, simply because, like, how old was he in the last game? This game is like
13. I don't know. He might.
This game I think is 3 years after, 3 years in the future. So he's like, I'm guessing he's like 14 or 15.
Now? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's more of a teenager now, more mature.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm old enough. If I sit down with like any 14-year-old, I'm gonna find some things probably annoying about them because they're 14. Kids are just annoying. I've got a son. I love him. He's great. Sometimes he annoys me. So I mean, like,
try having
like
3 of them.
Like there's certain things. There's certain things that he says and does that I'm just like, oh geez, man, like teenagers, like what are you doing, man? Like, come on, right? So yeah, he's not.
So it's more of like, hey man, the dude's a teenager. We gotta think like we used to be like that back when we were 14 and 13.
Yeah. He does annoying things that I know I did when I was his age. So he, I don't want to say he's like super annoying because as I just said, I liked him enough that I'd play a full game as him. I thought he was like that interesting by the end.
Yeah, that's on the table at this point. If he's that OP and he's doing that great, he's more than likely gonna be taking the mantle.
Bro, you can't be saying this because Hunter can't confirm or deny, sir.
I mean, we pretty much this is pretty much them doing this, and honestly, I mean,
all right, man, I think we shouldn't go into that conversation.
Yeah, I'm gonna move on from that. I'll move on from that. But that's God of War, man. Hunter said he'd give it a 95. Already, it's a 94. It actually got the same score as the original 2018 on Metacritic, which surprised the hell out of me. When we were talking about this game, I figured maybe it'll score a little bit less and the reason why is because after playing Horizon Forbidden West, right? And Blaze, you already know I'm about to go with this. It felt more the same, just refined. It wasn't much added new, you know what I mean? That like separated like that. It was a good game, but I felt like the original was more impactful and the story was better. This right here, judging from what we're hearing, it is a better story. It is more added. There is a lot more to do in this, and it is much more refined. So with that being said, I'm happy for the team. Shout out to, Sony Santa Monica, and also shout out to PlayStation. We were actually going to talk about this game last week early. We didn't get a chance to, though, so that was the other thing. But shout out to PlayStation for proving us to talk about it early. We didn't get a chance to that show for y'all, though. But we appreciate them. Thank you. Let's get to the chat here. What's up, Vin? What's up, everybody? I see y'all. What's going on? Where do I begin here? Good.
No, I was just gonna say that I know people. I remember seeing people on Twitter like, oh please, they're like right before Metacritic went live, like I can't take another 89. We can't handle another 89. It's like, dude, even if that game would have hit an 89, it's still an incredible score. You know what I mean? Like there's like this thing where PlayStation has to score 90 or above or it's a failure. Like it's just not the case. Like,
it's turf war. Like right now, like the biggest thing that's going around after the Metacritic scores. We were talking about this before we even went live, guys. But I think it's a good time to bring this up now. The big thing that's going around now. Notice how it went from excitement from God of War. Now everybody's talking about Game of the Year, and the big thing they're putting out there is God of War is gonna win Game of the Year and all this. Listen, personally, I don't really care which one wins. If it's Elden Ring, it's Elden Ring. If it's God of War, it's God of War. I'm excited that we got 2 bangers like this in 1 year. That's what I'm excited for or happy for. Now, it could very well be Red Dead. It might be a Red Dead 2 type of situation because last time I checked, I think Red Hood brought up Elden Ring's not in the narrative category and stuff like that, right? It's not in all that
acting.
Stuff. Yeah, not or acting. So it could be. We could see a similar situation. And again, this is a what-if scenario, so don't quote me all the way. But you might see God of War do a full sweep at the Game Awards, right? They'll start winning every award. And then when it comes to Game of the Year, Elden Ring.
Yeah, it's the opposite of what happened with Red Dead Redemption.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Red Dead 2 won literally everything. It was so obvious that Red Dead was winning everything that everybody was sitting there going, damn, this show feels a little rigged. Y'all remember that? It had the best performance in terms of music being played at the show. It had all the awards winning back to back, voice acting winning back to back. Even I forgot his name. I always forget his name, but the guy who plays Arthur Morgan beat Christopher Judge for voice acting for Kratos. And we were like, damn, God of War might not win nothing. And then at the last end of the show, God of War wins Game of the Year. We're like, okay, cool. So we don't really know. We don't know how this is going to play out. We don't know how they're going to do it. We don't know if one side's going to win half the awards, if we're going to see, a clean sweep type of thing. We don't know if God of War is going to come in with that uppercut and just win everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't think any game's ever done that where it's come out and just won every single thing. I don't think we ever had that. So there's going to be some categories where God of War might either get snipped, come out on top, and Elden Rings come out. But, hey, who's to say? But, yeah, my excitement for God of War, I mean, it's where it's always been. I'm excited going into this, man. It was a 10 from start, to finish. And now I got to throw this dude to the wolves. If Redhead didn't show me a certain thing involving this game.
Did I show you something?
Yeah, you did. You like, Vic, you watch my screen. Click on my screen. I'll click on your screen.
No,
and then I see.
No,
stop the cap. All I see is.
No. Stop the cap.
Hunter.
Stop the cap.
I'm playing Call of Duty.
Stop the cap because this man changes the narrative all the time. Whatever suits him. No. I said Big Cloud. Big Cloud. I tell him what it is. And he's like,
sure. You said you wanted to show me something. Forgot.
No, I said okay. No. Stop the cap, bit. I hate when you do this.
You explain what it was.
I literally, I can't say it, but I said, hey, let's look at this. You said, okay, fine.
Yeah, you said, let's look at this thing for God of War. I was okay, cool. Let's
watch
it.
I said specifically what it is. Stop the cap.
No, you did not. You definitely.
Yes, I did.
One at a time. Explain what's going on. What's going on? One at a time, bro.
We can't say it. Basically, we were in the server.
Why can't you say it?
I told him because I can.
Don't try to guess.
Why not?
Don't try to guess.
Because I'm not allowed to.
So Big Cloud runs your life, huh? Okay.
He's trying to guess you up so bad.
No. I'm saying because that's not fair to the viewers.
He's trying to gas him up so bad. I have to say it, but
you know what, Red Hood? Check your phone when you get a chance. Now I'm not sad about what I wrote.
Bro, what are you talking? I'm trying to tell you something, bro, and I'm not trying to. You motherfucker! I didn't even know this when you just texted me.
Anyway, going back to it, I see this joint. I'm like, okay, wow. And that little bit of what I seen, it's like, you know what? I see what Hunter was talking about, cinematic for the fights and everything, because holy shit. My excitement's can't wait. We're so close. Shout out to everybody, though. Shout out to Rachel. Shout out to Alana, everybody who worked on the game. And it's cool to see everybody get their flowers on Twitter, everybody react to it. I'm glad everybody's enjoying what they're seeing. I'm glad the game has got the praise that it's getting. So we're about to play it, man. So I can't wait to experience it. But that's my take on the whole God of War situation. God of War is now sitting at a 94. Much deserved. It blew all our expectations away. Well, it blew away a lot of expectations now to the naysayers who were saying that this game was DLC. And you know who you are, Blaze. Should we get them? Because I've been hearing a lot of people say this game was DLC for quite some time. Now all of a sudden they want to be on this kumbaya joke. Like, whoa, guys, it's a good time to be a gamer. Aren't you the same dude saying it was DLC and not worth $70?
You know what's funny? It's funny that DLC got a 94, right? It's funny that DLC looks better than any single game that you have on any other platform either.
It's funny that DLC isn't a game that has balls hanging from the ceiling every 5 seconds.
Oh, no.
It's funny that DLC is talking about a subscription service 24/7. I can do all day, but come on, can we just stop this? Move on.
Hey, man, listen, bro. We got Pentiment coming, bro. It's coming in like 14 days, I think. I don't know.
You got a problem with you playing Gotham Knights right here, by the way?
I do.
Do I got a problem? I'm just saying, bro. You were hating on the game, and then you're just like, bro. This game graphically looks amazing.
The guy caught himself.
Okay.
No, you.
I can explain though. I can explain everything.
I saw that voice crack you from.
I did not purchase Gotham Knights. Number one.
Oh, I know.
I saw that.
Okay.
So do you think? Okay, let me say this. Do you think playing it for free influenced how you feel about it?
No, because Rev was like, dude, Blaze, I know you like the same type of games. It's not that bad at all. Like, just boot it up. You got an OLED. Go play it on the OLED. Let me know how it looks. So I turn Gotham Knights on the OLED. I go into photo mode, and I gotta be honest, Gotham Knights is not an ugly game. It's not. It's not. Hunter, you played on the OLED. It's an ugly game?
Gotham Knights.
There's no way. I think he's frozen.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, there he is.
Yes. Yeah,
it's not an ugly game. They should have waited a little longer.
I'm not saying it's a good game, brother. I'm not, next gen. I'm not saying it's a good game. I'm not saying the combat's awesome. I'm just saying visually. I was really bashing it visually. Visually, it's really not that ugly at all. It's actually a really good looking game.
I mean,
it's just
okay. You know what? Is it better looking than Arkham Knights?
I mean, that's a different story. That's a different story.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, that's a different story. Arkham Knight.
That's all I wanted to hear.
Yeah, that's a different story. We I mean, the game looks good, and I'm with Blaze. The game does look good in like certain parts of the city when you like turn the camera and you just to stare at it for it does look good, but that's a really
even the face models don't look as good as Arkham Knight face models.
The voice acting is abysmal, bro.
Yeah.
The voice acting.
I know. That's what I told people.
Yeah.
I was like, when I heard that stuff.
Wait, how far are you in the story?
Bro.
How far are you in the story?
I literally, literally got to the open world, and you got to go beat up random mobs to get clues. That's it. So and Rev is like kind of like, yo, come on, Blaze, you that's all you got. Like I play, like trust me, play, let's play, So we might stream it tomorrow or something, but it's cool. It's just Red Hood moves really slow, but I switched to Nightwing, and he's like much more.
Yeah. Don't even say that. That's not even Red Hood. Stop this. Not even Red Hood.
That's actually Red Hood looks like a beast. All them costumes. He looks awesome.
Yeah, looks like a
tank. Red Hood, bro.
He looks like.
I think his best like comic accurate stuff, of course, is the movies and the comics and even Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
What's funny? Cool. Nobody knows who Red Hood is because I call my son. I'm like, look. He's like, oh, Gotham Knights. He's like, I seen that game on TikTok. I said, yeah, buddy. I'm like, look who I'm playing as. He's like, who is that? The Red Bat.
Oh my god!
You said the Red Bat.
The Red Batman. Oh man.
No.
Bootleg just like my man. Just like Red Hood, bro. You guys.
Hey man,
Oh,
listen,
man.
you taught your son. You need to teach your son better when it comes to Red Hood. Gotta show him the movie now.
Hey, Hunter.
Give him the respect he deserves.
I showed him how Cash App works, brother.
Hey Hunter, you there?
Yeah, you know the Cash App.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm trying without video.
I gave you 100.
Yeah, you sound better actually. You sound good.
You did not give you.
Do I sound better? Okay.
Yeah, you sound better. Yeah. But no, what was I about to say? So did you how did you feel about Arkham Knight, or I'm sorry, not Arkham Knight, Gotham Knight? Because I know I didn't get a chance to. We literally stopped after the game crashed or whatever, and we went separate.
Again.
Oh, you froze? Wait, you froze again? Oh, it's like.
Yeah, you know, Big Cloud, I got a question for you.
What's up?
What do you think will win Game of the Year?
Oh,
Like honestly, if you had to put all your money in the pot, and you had to get it like just gut feeling, what do you think?
Out of God of War and Elden Ring?
That's the only two.
I mean,
yeah, that's a tough decision, bro.
I know you haven't played God of War, but I just want to remind you, Big Cloud. Remember, people want to talk shit about Elden Ring, and it's all the memes, but people couldn't put that shit. You couldn't put it down, Big Cloud. We were playing that shit 24/7, bro.
We still kind of do. Like I still get those urges to want to jump on and just hop on the PvP and fight somebody. You get those urges, but that's the thing about the internet, and I learned the hard way. You know what I mean? Like dudes will run their mouths and be like, "Oh, I'm against 30 FPS, right?" And what did we see recently with Gotham Knights? Dudes all of a sudden go, "It's a good game. 30 FPS is fine."
All of a sudden they like it.
Yeah, all of a sudden 30 FPS is fine. So nothing surprises me in that regard. Now there's Hunter.
All I know is we're gonna get fans.
What, you went downstairs?
Toxicity at an all-time high when it comes to those
I'm moving
games.
around till I get good signal.
Oh, all right. Well, now that Hunter's back, Hunter, listen. You don't need to give me like a definite, but you played Elden Ring and you played God of War. If I say Hunter and I have two guns to your head, one's God of War, one's Elden Ring. Which one can I shoot you with? God of War? Like, what's the best game to you?
What?
He's gonna say neither, fool.
No. Come on, Hunter.
Hunter already told us what he would choose.
I didn't hear it for this year.
Yes.
Elden Ring for sure, in my opinion.
Mm.
I mean, they're two different types of games. So if I'm looking for like a single player narrative, of course I'm going to pick God of War. If I'm looking for, a hard Souls type game, then I'll pick Elden Ring. But I mean, like having played both and poured hours and hours into both those games, like Elden Ring for sure is better in my opinion. And I think
wow.
I will say this. I will say this though. Like,
wow,
that game, bro. I don't know what happened with a lot of people are saying I see somebody said the community for Elden Ring is toxic. It's actually not for the most part,
bro. No. I said that fan base is definitely toxic.
The fan base, sure, we can say it is, especially when you get to the online.
I'm even saying PlayStation fanboys are toxic. Yeah. Every fan base is going to be. The reason I say that is because once a Game of the Year happens, whichever one wins, the fan bases will go crazy for their game.
I'm saying you're going to see a meltdown regardless of who wins. If it's God of War, you're going to see a meltdown on Twitter for some ridiculous reason because Elden Ring, from people who quote unquote are obsessed with Elden Ring are upset. If Elden Ring wins, you're going to see a ridiculous. I mean, you're going to see Jeff Keighley get tweeted out the wazoo. See, guys, this is why I don't watch the Game Awards because it's rigged and they lost.
No, I'm saying it's going to be the same magnitude from both.
Yeah, you're going to see it.
Like, there's a lot of Souls fans, and I guarantee you, if God of War wins, a lot of Souls fans are going to get mad.
Exactly.
It's either one. So same thing happened with Red Dead 2 and God of War.
Win-win. It's a win-win. For me, it's a win-win.
It's definitely a win-win because these are both games that we all were hyped as hell for, and we finally got.
They're all going to win. Like they're those two games are going to sweep the Game Awards. Like if God of War doesn't win Game of the Year, but it wins like in 5 other categories, right? Best narrative, best actor, best whatever, best score. Like nobody should be upset. They're.
Oh, I don't disagree with that. But
exactly.
Let's be honest. Like Red Dead won all those awards you're saying, and the fan base for Rockstar were angry.
Yeah,
to say the least.
Yeah,
that's the wild part.
I mean that it doesn't matter what games are nominated and what games win. The fans are always just going to freak out because that's just what gamers do. So
yep.
whatever. Like,
I mean, I got 900 hours into Elden Ring.
Dude,
If I really,
you guys already said it. Like, who
I
cares?
had
man?
1,000. I had to roll
The
back
fact that
mine
we
for
got
weapons.
these
You
two games in
fucking
1
motherfucker.
year.
no, it
Right?
still counts your hours.
Yeah, it rolls it back.
No,
and
but it
God of
still
War.
counts your
No,
hours.
it doesn't. No.
You know how many times I rolled back, Big Cloud?
No, you
You
didn't.
think you're the only ones that roll back?
Sure. So, no, you did.
You ain't got no 1,000
I
hours.
did have 1,000. My God, had everything.
Yo, Elden Ring though, huh? Like, listen, it doesn't matter who wins. All I'm saying is, yeah, you're gonna have one fan base mad, but either one is well deservingly of that award. Like, you know,
Yeah.
and I haven't even played God of War yet, but I just know I just know when I start playing that game, I'm gonna just be like in awe, like wow. And I might listen, once I play God of War, because the Sony blue that runs through me, my pee-pee's gonna get all hard. I might switch. I might really switch. But I don't know.
Oh,
I might be a God of War. Like, I might just go full Sony fanboy when
You
God
know
of
what
War.
you're gonna do? You're just gonna be taking a bunch of pictures and
Oh
even
my God.
videos, and then you're gonna make a video and say something about Xbox on top of that.
You definitely
no
listen,
no Xbox game can come close.
He'd
to
definitely be
visual
close.
fidelity.
He'll do a full-fledged video like he did about that damn controller, that damn PS4.
And he's gonna put it on Twitter.
All you PC
and
dudes.
everyone's gonna
my
retweet it.
God, so
Listen, man. I'm just saying God of War is going to be an event. Like I told people
It already
right
is.
now, if you got a PS5, delete, make some free space for your PS5, because the amount of screenshots you're gonna just stop and take is gonna, like, I can already tell it's that type of a game.
And what's funny about this too, y'all remember that that situation that was going around about a laptop supposedly Sony lost or something like that? And
Oh yeah, that never came out, right?
Yeah.
Like,
but then the leak started to happen right before. It's like, bro, I don't know how I feel now about everything. I don't know. That might have been some truth to that, but who knows? But
no, I don't think about like God of War leaks didn't really happen per se until retailers like sold the copies early.
Yeah.
I
And
guess
that one journalist that was tweeting. Did you guys see that?
The
He was
Xbox.
like,
No, I think it was the
Oh,
Xbox
yeah. It was the
podcast.
Xbox
They were
podcast.
saying we got like info on God of War Ragnarok
like
or
the
an
guy
angry
was-
Greek person or something like that, and it never happened.
Like
So
the guy
then-
was sending them full-fledged, like, not screenshots, but
Well-
videos similar to like Last of Us remake, something like that. And nothing else really happened. So I'm guessing, they handled this, so that's good. But hopefully we don't have any more crazy lists. You know what? Okay, so Hunter, I'm glad you're here though, real talk, because we need to have this conversation, and ironically, this happened during the whole Gotham Knight situation. You know what I'm talking about? With the embargoes being broke?
oh yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to tell you about that, because I mentioned it on the show, and a lot of people are probably going, okay, I guess you just talking about NDAs. Well, it's not just that we're talking about. We're talking about people who legit are screwing it up for everybody by showing off everything just for sake of showing off for a few tweets.
Dan Allen gaming, yeah.
Yeah. And so this all right, so this is how it went for me. Obviously, Gotham Knights reviewed, whatever, you guys saw it, but I got the game, got to play it, whatever. Then there was a bunch of restrictions, like a long restriction. Hunter had to read it out to me. There was a lot of restrictions for this. Like, hey, listen, okay, so we got your ID, Big Cloud. You can't show screenshot. You can't even show your dashboard. You have to appear as a ghost. You guys remember, I went AFK. I was gone. These dudes, they're not following a thing like this. I'm talking something as simple. I remember I saw dudes were showing their screenshots for God of War. Remember how they were showing their dashboard, and it was just showing like hit start, like the game was ready to play. They were showing that on Twitter, and I was like, Sony's allowing that. I was surprised Sony was allowing that, but
Sometimes in embargoes they do. I don't think I can check but I don't think God of War let us do that, because if they some like, I know for like The Last of Us Part 1, I got that one like a week or something before it came out. In the embargo it said that you could take a PS5 share of the home screen.
Yeah,
which I did. But there was nothing like that for God of War. You were allowed to go on Twitter and say that you have the game and say when the embargo was up.
Right,
but you weren't allowed to post any of your own images. You weren't allowed to post your home screen. People that took a photo of their TV, like, they're breaking embargoes. You weren't allowed to do any of that stuff.
Yeah, it's like oof. Dudes were quick.
You know, like I totally get it. Like, you know, the reason why
it's excitement.
They do it,
it's excitement. You're like, okay, I got this. You know, it's a big deal. You got it early.
Yeah,
you want to play.
You gotta do it.
Right.
The other thing too is like they don't want, like, if you go online on your PlayStation, then people will see that you're playing it. People will try to, like, you know, try to dig into your profile. Sometimes, usually trophies aren't live before the game's released, but sometimes they are. So people might try to go into your profile and like dig up the trophies and stuff like that. But a big part of it too is like, I don't think the public relations folks on those teams want like a huge volume of people flooding them, because like already like big games like this, they probably get hundreds or thousands of people that try to get the codes from them, and it's like it's overwhelming, and some people are like really aggressive trying to get codes, stuff like that. So sometimes like publishers will give me a code and be like, you got to go private, you can't tweet the screenshot, you can't tell anyone that you have the game, you got to play this game in complete utter silence. And it's like, okay, like
that's how Elden Ring was. You remember that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. You couldn't tell anyone. It's like, sure, it sucks, but it's like, it's your choice. You could not take the code. Like if you don't, but, right? Of course I would. Well, I want to play the games as early as I can, but
now it's crazy. You know, to show you how crazy it was. Okay, so Blaze had Elden Ring obviously early, and I told Blaze, I was like, Blaze, just take it.
Hunter, don't be mad at me for this, by the way. Don't be mad. But go ahead.
I told Blaze, I was like, Blaze, I dare you. I just dared him right now because he's gonna go on Big Cloud. I got it early. I'm like, I know you got it early, but I noticed you weren't appearing online. So I was like, I dare you. Just appear online for like 5 seconds. He appeared online for 5 seconds, and his damn invite, he had like 50 messages in like 30 seconds. I was like,
oh, dude. Well, you know what? Even like I actually just keep my Steam and my PSN like offline always, because dude, like, aside from the embargo, I actually just got sick of everybody like messaging me. Like dude, just like what you're saying with Elden Ring, like it's just like,
oh, dude,
getting like 30 messages from people that are like, what are you playing? How'd you get it? How'd you get the code? How do I get the code? I can't tell me about the game, right? What's your impressions?
See,
like, I'm just like,
you got the typical comments. Me, I got mixture of those, and I got some
Big Cloud. Tell them how people fucking listen. People listen. Once you get a code early, people start treating you and acting different around you. Like, oh,
dude, listen.
It's crazy.
I didn't want to say it on the pod because we don't really get into the drama things. But man, I thought I was in the Twilight Zone. I told Blaze this. I called Blaze. I'm like, oh, Blaze, if you saw how many motherfuckers was in my comments, such like, or just in my DMs right now about me playing Gotham Knights early, he was going, what you mean? The names I told him, basically, bro. Oof, I give Blaze a lot of flack, bro. But Blaze, I gotta give him his flowers when he be right about people sometimes. But holy shit.
Yeah.
And then I saw the weirdness that came out of this game. So obviously, in the midst of me playing this game, and like I gave you guys my honest review of it, I told you guys, listen, I wasn't feeling it. Hunter was there with me every step of the way. And Hunter can vouch for me that me and him both had some big problems. Did we not, Hunter, with that game? Some big problems.
Oh, dude, like...
Yeah, but Hunter, weren't you guys playing pre-released? Like, that wasn't the day one patch. I'm not making excuses.
No. We got a patch. It was a patch. It was a patch in the midst of us playing too. Go ahead.
What I will say though is, like, playing with you, I had fun. Like, I really enjoyed myself playing with you. I think, like, you know, if you have a friend that you gel with, playing the game, you can have a blast with it. But yeah, like we were laughing at the frame rates, and like I remember like the one part that just like got me hysterically laughing was we were on the bike, and Bit was like, oh dude, you just gotta just wave her back and forth.
Do the back and forth turn. The damn car.
Back and forth on the bike and see what happens. When you at least pre-patches, when you shook, the whole thing crawled to 10 frames per second. It was
bad, Blake. You should have seen.
Who'd you guys play as? I'm just curious. Who'd you play as, Hunter?
I was Tim Drake. He was Red Hood.
I was was Red Hood. Yeah.
Was he? Because listen, my guy, my friend, I don't know if you know Solid Red, but he's complaining that Red Hood, when it comes to like not late game, like let's say early mid game, it's kind of hard to deal with big crowds.
Yeah.
With Red Hood, he's
Well,
not
yeah.
as.
His gun does like such low damage. Like
yeah.
His super moves where he, like, I know Bit was always laughing because his super move, he unleashes like 20 bullets in 2 seconds.
He basically his gun becomes an assault rifle.
Five people in front of Big Cloud, I mow them all down in like 2 seconds.
That shit had me crying. I'm like, dog, you just murdered everybody. He's like, no, Big Cloud, they're not dead. They're unconscious. Like, dog, you just killed these assholes. No way. They're alive. But
Dude,
yeah, the rubber bullet thing got me.
Like,
that doesn't make sense.
The most hilarious part in our playthrough was the Livin' La Vida Loca.
Yeah.
The cover.
That clip alone made me literally hate the like. I'm like, I do not like this game anymore. But
dude, we were playing that. We know both.
I had such a fantastic time, but that was just because Bit and I were just laughing. We're like, "What is going on?"
You killed me
when you. Song. It's like covered.
No, when you compared this shit to, y'all remember that movie Anaconda with J-Lo? Everybody in the chat, he compared it to Anaconda. He's like, "Yo, Big Cloud, maybe it's like Anaconda. Maybe it's so bad that it's good." I fucking just died laughing on the fly. What are you talking about? Vita Locust played it. It's just I couldn't hold my shit together. I couldn't. I stopped taking this shit serious. And
you got a dope scene, and then they play that to ruin it.
They could have made a better sound.
I'm trying to remember, like, there was like funny quotes too. I'm trying to remember there was
Batgirl. Her dialogue was awful.
No, there was a spot where that one, it was just like a regular villain like unleashed the drone, but the drone was called some like stupid funny name. But anyways, like the dialogue in this game is so cheesy and so over the top cheesy.
What he said? Wait, I got my boom boom bot to the fucking
yeah.
The boom.
But dude, you like if I was to play this entire game solo, I probably would have not enjoyed it very much at all.
I was going to mention.
What up, Ref? Ref said you see a talking squirrel on this cradle shoulder.
Every like 5 minutes when you were making fun of the dialogue, dude, it was funny, man. I was laughing. It was.
Yeah, but it seems like when it comes to co-op experiences, right? Anything like with a game that has a co-op just makes it better. Resident Evil 5, Dead Space 3. In reality, if you don't, those games aren't that good.
I wouldn't sit up at Resident Evil 5, Chief.
Resident Evil 5 was not good, bro. I'm sorry to tell you that.
I wouldn't sit
I hate Resident Evil 5.
Yeah.
Hey, Big Cloud, I got something to ask you because I was on the phone with Rev and he's like, "Oh, so Big Cloud reviewed the game."
Yes.
But I'm like, he's like, so Big Cloud got the platinum and he hated the game. I think Big Cloud's lying. So Rev doesn't believe you. He thinks that you enjoyed the game, but you're just following the trend of not liking it because everybody else don't like it.
When I dropped my review, Rev, I dropped it on the same day as all the other reviewers. So what trend am I following? As far as I'm concerned, all the reviewers could have loved the game. I gave my honest takes. But why did I like the game? Okay.
Review before the other reviews were even out.
Yeah, exactly. But why did I not like it? Is he asking?
Why did you, if you platinum the game, why did you why did you platinum the game?
Okay, so mind you, Rev, this particular game, most of the stuff you do is repetitive and tedious. So basically, the street crimes, and Hunter knows what I'm talking about, the little street crimes that pop in the world, whatever.
Yeah.
These reset each particular day or each particular night. You already know this, Rev. The more you go through the game and level up and whatnot to get the new gear, which is needed to pretty much beat the bosses, all that stuff, you're pretty much going to be at like 70% of the game completion, like trophy-wise. I just went ahead and got the other stuff because I had the legendary gear. And again, that added to the point what I was making. Once you get legendary gear, like the bow staff, which for Robin in his case, or you get like the legendary pistols for Red Hood, the combat is easy and you break the game. Everything else.
Yeah, but hold on, real quick, because isn't Spider-Man? I'm just saying, doesn't Spider-Man have the little street crimes, the same repetitive little go here, fight this guy, take him out the car, go there, rooftop? It's true though.
True, but they're not.
Okay. Oh wait.
Hold on one second. But they're not needed for a level up in progression whatsoever. They're not needed. You need to do some of these. Exactly. You don't need to do those for traversal and to level up. You don't.
Yeah. like
story. You can play the
Batgirl's
story
gliding,
and be done. Exactly.
or
and by the way,
Red
speaking of
Hood's
that,
jumping soul bullshit.
Speaking of that, gliding, only Batgirl and Nightwing can glide. Red Hood teleports
with his soul.
Tim
bro.
Drake
with
does not glide. He has like this little transformer glider mobile.
Oh, Red Hood has like this like jumping ability.
Yeah, this makes no sense.
Yeah, where he can jump in the air, keep on jumping. So yeah, you can like fly across. That was the other thing that I thought was like so annoying too. Like getting from point A to point B in the city at for the first like 5 hours was so annoying. Like once I actually unlocked the ability to jump multiple times in the air with Red Hood, it got better. But the other thing that I thought was so incredibly boring was unlocking the zones that you can fast warp to.
Yeah.
Where you have to, you know how you have to like, there's like 2 or 3 drones.
Yeah, you have to scan them. You have to like scan the drones. Yeah, which is dumb in my honest opinion.
Yeah,
but it's like in Spider-Man with the drones.
Well, Spider-Man, he had to go to towers. Remember, he just had to go and sink the tower, and that's it. These little drones, you have to legit just look at and track them and scan them. It's stupid.
I feel like it's all the same, man. I really do. I feel like all superhero games are pretty much.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead. Let me just bury that all together. I don't know if Rev's still in the chat, but Rev, he said all superhero games are the same. Spider-Man had one of the best stories for a Spider-Man game, period. There was nothing memorable about this game's story whatsoever. None. There's another reason why I hate this game strictly off of just the gameplay. See, gameplay is already broken in this game. The story sucks. Now, I don't know where Rev's at in this story. I don't know where he's at. But if you're expecting some crazy
14 hours.
He's
14 hours.
He's 14 hours in?
Yeah.
So he's probably, halfway through?
I don't know.
Halfway through.
How long did it take for you to beat the game? How long?
Well, I did all the other shit because I was leveling up
my
character.
I
did all the optional side quests because I thought those were required because some of the missions were locked based on like it legit. It wouldn't let me progress until it said, "Hey, stop this amount of crimes." And it's not interrogate. Well, actually, no. Some said interrogate to get information to go to this area, but really most of it was around that. So I did most of the stuff on the side, but when I went back and did it on New Game Plus, when I had to go beat the rest of the Talons, because they wouldn't spawn anymore because the game glitched, then it took me significantly less time for it because I was already leveled up. But it depends on that. But he said 14 hours in. I'm not sure where he's at that point. Maybe he's a quarter through, maybe halfway through. I'm not sure. He's playing as Red Hood. What you calling him?
No, he switched. No, I'm not calling him. He switched to Nightwing because he said Red Hood was too slow and.
Wait, hold up, Rev. Do I need to call you in this podcast, or do we need to do a 101? Because I think I can't believe I cannot believe I just read what you
I'll
just
say
said.
this when it comes to like reading the comics, especially Court of Owls. They didn't do it justice. They honestly butchered the whole entire storyline.
Yeah, I'm more
to the point where it's like I was like, bro, what did you do? You had like a masterpiece level comic.
That's a good comic.
Like they just like took a page of the comic and wiped their ass with it and made that as the storyline.
You know what's funny about that? I said that in my review. I'm more interested in the Robert Pattinson, the Batman sequel, their adaptation of the Court of Owls, than I am what we got here. Oh no! I'm saying no. You said it's mediocre. What made Spider-Man 2018 mediocre? I'm blown away. You said this. What is going on?
He's saying the 16 hours in the story seems on par with Spider-Man. Both are mediocre, but Gotham Knights, I don't have to sneak around as Mary Jane.
Oh my god!
And you can't even lie. Those Mary Jane missions were lame as hell. You can't even say they were.
Oh my god!
The Mary Jane missions were bad, but I wouldn't play that combat for Gotham Knights because it looks so sluggish and unfluid. That's just me though.
Hey, Rev. So you rather go do what was it, Penguin Missions, Hunter, where you stop organs from being sold?
Yeah. Dude, the one thing that I liked way better about Spider-Man is that Spider-Man introduces new things for you to do like throughout the campaign.
New
you know what I mean?
characters, yeah, new threats, yeah.
Yeah, like what, like you finally like play through like 3 missions, and then it's like, okay, now you've unlocked the challenge towers, and then there's like, you know, new crimes that appear in the city, stuff like that, right? Like, I thought that was fun because it kind of like it paces you as you go. But yeah, with Gotham Knights, it's like every single night I go out, I do the same stuff. Like over and over and over and over again.
Rev, you think I'm joking? I'm dead serious. Like, me and Hunter not playing. Like, when you play that game, you're gonna get to a point where you run into Penguin. You're gonna be doing missions for Penguin.
Yeah.
Yeah, a villain.
Yeah,
man, like,
a villain. You're gonna be delivering organs.
Tokens, right? You got, like, in Spider-Man, you got the tokens and you can cash it in for your suits.
Yep.
Which made everything worth it. That was actually part of the reason why I did all of the side stuff, because I was like, I gotta unlock all the suits.
Yeah, the suits were cool. So, well, how do you unlock suits in Gotham Knights? Because there's some cool suits.
You basically just level up. Yeah, you level up and you get like you get material. Yeah, you just get material throughout the world from those little these little chests you can find in areas. But most of the stuff you can get just by being thugs. They'll drop it, or there'll be chests around them. You can.
Is there any microtransactions? I can skip all that or no?
No, there's none.
None of that stuff.
Come on, WB.
You can tell it was like a game that probably was made with that in mind.
Yeah, that's what. I think they heard the backlash on her.
Yeah.
And then they took it out. They were like, oh, well.
Oh, hell yeah.
People are complaining.
Yeah,
so we're gonna take this out real quick.
That whole transmog thing. Yeah, I saw it where it said the challenges where transmog, where like you could put that skin on top of it. I guarantee you that was not like that at the beginning. You had to pay. Exactly.
For sure, absolutely.
Nope, that's facts.
We will wait for the sequel because I think that's what they're planning.
I don't think they're gonna get a sequel. That's the thing.
Okay, you know what, hey, Rev, I'm glad you said that. No, I'm glad you brought that up. He said if Gotham Knights was an exclusive to PlayStation, they were like,
I would just wipe the floor with it.
Here's the funny thing you said that.
Tell PlayStation to just stop, bro. Why are you wasting money on trash?
I'm gonna keep it a buck, Ref. This game is 30 FPS.
Sony would
$70
not release a game in that state, man.
Yeah, they're asking for next gen tax, the next gen prices, and they're only giving you 30. And mind you, they can't even give you a lock 30. It's below 30.
Yeah.
You really think we're gonna cap for this?
Developer,
I would cap. This is PlayStation.
But haven't you played games at 30? No problem.
Blaze, shut your mouth. I see what you're trying to do. All right, shut your mouth.
I mean, he does got a point there.
But
because you don't play on PC like that, to be fair.
Oh God. Now you don't got this one started. Oh, God, these kids.
I mean, come on, bro. He set that up. It was like alley-oop, man. What am I supposed to do? Not say anything about it?
I'll let you say that because of the stream earlier, but next time you dead.
Oh, my. I'm sorry. You're trying to be the big boss.
Next time you dead.
No, bro. You got to have some slanders sometimes,
I'm reeling
man.
it
You got to
in.
get called out.
You see this? I'm reeling it in. I'm reeling it in. Okay. Speaking of slander, this show's going on. I'm gonna get to something funny. You know, I see Hunter with the Modern Warfare 2 gear on.
How many hats you got? Yo, I bet you Hunter got a shit ton of hats from every fucking developer, bro.
Dude, yeah, I've had to get rid of like 20 or 30 of them too. I've so like every event you go to, they give you a hat.
Yeah, send them over,
They
brother.
do.
I'm a hat guy. Send them over. I'm not even bald, and I love hats.
But I had way more hats before because we had events before the pandemic. Like there was events all the time, and then yeah.
Yeah,
events
actually
stopped for 2 years and the hat stopped.
Yeah, I didn't hear your take on it. Next gen, I didn't hear you at all. Like, what was your thoughts on Gotham? Did you like it? I know you showed me when I was on your show. You kind of didn't like it as much, but
Gotham Knights.
No. I'm talking about other one. Next gen Canada has 200s, 2 next gens.
Oh, sorry.
We just tweeted it 2 days ago. I was disappointed. I saw your review, and I agree with a lot of the points that you made. And I just feel that there's going to be a sequel with the Owls. It was a weird ending. I was a little disappointed because I really wanted to play as Batman, but we didn't. I played as Batgirl. She was okay moving. It was the closest to the Arkham, I guess, movements as I compared because I played both games. As to Batman, I just wish that you could have
Batgirl plays more like Batman. That's what I've heard.
Yeah,
I felt like Tim Drake
should have been able to block, like in Arkham, you have to dodge in this game.
Yeah.
Which is a little strange. It reminded me a lot like Spider-Man, where they would say, "Hey, Batgirl," like in the street, how they would say to Peter Parker. Same in Spider-Man. So we've played both games, so I can see
yeah,
this.
talking about the people, like they'll interact with you. Yeah.
Like on the street, and they'll be like, "Hey, Batgirl, hey, Red Hood." Yeah.
Oh, fun fact, in Spider-Man, Rev, you can actually walk up to those NPCs, give them a high five, do a little gesture, and they'll react, and
I'm sure Rev gives a fuck about that, bro.
Yeah, shut your mouth. Trying to throw his face.
Give a shit about giving high fives.
You can't do that in this.
I will say I will say the fucking bike is just so lazy. The bike feels
that's what I said. Like
that's what I was saying. The bike feels awful, bro.
Doesn't it not look like they put blare effects like
they did with
effects?
In Arkham? It would have gone a lot faster.
Yeah.
Like it feels like it's on rails. The bike feels like there's no like movement to it. Just always straight, no matter what.
Wait,
I don't know.
Question: did y'all ever just like sit on the bike and like not move at all and see like the little, like where they do that little effect where they add like that little blur at the end of the red light, making it seem like it's moving fast, but it's really not moving fast. If you stand still, you see that blur.
What?
Really? I haven't.
Yeah. The blur is there. I forgot to put that in my review. That's in there, unless they patched it. That's in there.
That's weird, bro.
So imagine, I was very tamed in my review. I could have been a lot more lethal. Hold
on. Dude, it's a lot lazy, bro. Listen, man, people are starved for a superhero game. Bro, just give me like a sequel to Arkham. A legit sequel to Arkham.
Well, now you want to Arkham.
Coming. City's coming back.
You know what's funny? All these dudes that was talking trash about Arkham Knight are acting like Thanos. Perhaps I misjudged you, or I treated you poorly.
My thing, it's like, bro, it's like Arkham Knight was not a bad game. It's like people just got mad because of the overuse of the Batmobile. But it's just like, and also like I did have a problem with boss battles.
Perhaps you treated poorly.
That gameplay in Arkham Knight was fire. Like in terms of how fluid the combat is.
Yeah, you could pick them up.
The traversal was amazing, and the Batmobile felt great. It felt like your tank, and you're going through it. And then when you do like the rev up engine, or like, it feels very powerful. It makes you feel fast as well. Whereas when I saw you doing the Batmobile, the Bat bike, it just doesn't look fast, doesn't look powerful. It just looks like a normal car with blur effects on the sides of the screen, and that was that.
All right, Rev. I'm gonna say right now, if you double dip in this, keep I'm thinking about getting it for
bro.
Listen, if you get it, I don't want to see a video.
Triple dipping.
I don't want to see a video. I don't want to see a video on YouTube saying, "Yeah, guys, I tried."
No. What Rev needs to do, and I sent you guys like on Twitter, Blight Survival. That game looks amazing. That game you should triple dip, because that looks like an actual good game.
Yeah.
It doesn't look lazy, like the gore, and like you can like go in, killing zombies or even real people and sneaking. It's like that game looks like there's care put into the game, and it looks dope. And supposedly there might be co-op in the game as well. But like single player wise, that looks good. That looks like well done. And it's coming out, I think, next year.
Yep. There's that. There's Gotham Knights. There's the Gotham Knights situation. Let me move on. I'm gonna get to some more funny on the slander talk. Modern Warfare 2. Hunter's rocking the gear. Blaze and I were playing it earlier. Technically, I've been playing it all week. Red Hood was like, the only. Shout out to Red Hood being the only sane one to not get it. I mean, I didn't pay for it. I got it gifted to me courtesy of Lobo. Shout out to Lobo. But I'm kind of. I had a conversation with Red Hood about. I was like, dude, why is it that Lobo only gives me stuff that I don't want? I didn't ask for this, and he gives me this. He's like, "Yo, Big Cloud, we're gonna play this." So, obviously, the honor that I played the game. I gotta tell you, man, as someone who left the franchise, I left the franchise. What was it, after Black Ops 3? That was the last one I actually bought. I did play the beta for the, Black Ops 4 Warzone, or not Warzone, but it was that open, was it Warzone? I forgot what it's called. No, not Warzone. It was the Blackout, the Blackout one. I played that, and then I never played it again. As someone who's been out of this loop, and who's moved on. And granted, I started off with Modern Warfare, all of them. You know, I played all the way up. I've been through multiple versions of it. We went to space, we went to modern, we went to semi-space, to more advanced space, to suits, to cloaking. The works. I was there, and I moved on. I come back to it, and I must say, I actually feel like Thanos. Perhaps I judged some of those older Call of Duties too harshly. This is one of the worst Call of Duty games I've ever played in all my history of playing Call of Duty. This is one of the worst experiences that I've ever experienced. When I tell you this game sucks, it sucks. And again, no shade towards the developers, because, apparently, Blaze know what I'm talking about, if he's listening. But, apparently when we voice our opinions, or Reddit, you were there too. Apparently when we voice our opinions, we're attacking developers. We're not talking developers. We're talking about the game, the product here. Judging, yeah, I know, we're going to get into that. But the game itself was not anything. What's up, Cassie? But the game itself is one of the worst Call of Duty experiences I've ever played. Now, graphically, yes, I will admit it does look good. It is an evolution of the series. I don't think anybody disagrees with that whatsoever. I think everybody would agree in unison. This is definitely an evolution of the series. But we're talking about basic stuff here that for a studio like this, a studio with the history of Call of Duty, this is the last studio you would ever suspect to have this type of an issue. They didn't do nothing.
Big Cloud,
what's up?
The same issues of you being disconnected from your party, or the same little bullshit. Listen, it's basically it's 2019 all over again. Like all those little tiny issues that's been going on with parties and disconnects and not being able to join was in Modern Warfare 2019. I've crashed on my PC.
Like
I got it on PS5 too.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you how it makes Returnal look like it was a perfect
Returnal
game.
looks like the Holy Grail, and mind you, Returnal
Right.
we play like Returnal. If you crash on that, you start all the way at the
Crashed
beginning.
18 times on Returnal, and I'm telling you, I probably crashed on Modern Warfare, no lie, probably
like 50
45 times. Yeah,
like 50 times.
45 times.
Now,
and listen, I don't know why I keep playing it, Big Cloud. I'm about to prestige. I'm like level 47. There's
no prestige.
I know. I mean max level. That's what I mean. I'm about to hit max level 55. I haven't hit 55 since Black Ops 1.
Yeah.
So the game is trash, but I keep going to. I don't know why. Like I just keep playing it. I get so frustrated. I'm gonna lose friendships.
You're in the honeymoon phase of it.
No, I'm not. I'm in the fucking bored out of my mind phase. That's what I'm in.
There's that too. I'm maxed out. I reached max level in this. I gave this game so many chances playing through it. And here's the thing too. I know you said okay. I think Imam was like, yo, maybe you just rusty. No, here's the thing. I'm not rusty. I was putting up crazy kills on the game. I called in kill streaks numerous times. The problem with this one compared to previous ones, so each particular Call of Duty has a certain flow to it, right? The maps. Each maps work a certain way. This one, everything from the sound design, all the stuff that you get from just sitting, really, it feels like they don't want you to move in this one.
They don't.
They don't want you to move.
Infinity Ward struggles with map. Infinity Ward, there's certain maps that I'm playing on mod. Like Infinity Ward just struggles with map design. They just really do. Yeah. They really do.
Like you got claymores. I want you to really think about this for a second. You got claymores in this drone. What else is in here? Bouncing betties or landmines? You want to call them?
The drill grenades.
Drill grenades in this, and then you got you throw that on here with stuff like deployable shields. Why the hell are shields in this game?
People got a rise shield on the back, so you can't shoot them in the back, and then they deploy a shield in front of them, and they're literally squeezed like you can't. Yo, listen, I'm making a video. Like, listen, I don't even like watching kill cams anymore. You know why, Big Cloud? I'll get shot, and I'm like, where the fuck? And I just sit there. I'll watch the kill cam, and he's like this. Yeah, and here's my little body running by.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude. I'm like, I listen. Listen, man, the shit that's coming out of this mic to random people online, I've called them the word. Like, it's so embarrassing what I've called these people. Like,
oh yeah,
I want to murder people, bro. Call of Duty will never change because of the community, bro. Like I said, Modern Warfare. I mean, Activision that said, hey, Advanced Warfare, you can jump around with jetpacks. You know, Black Ops 3, you can run on walls. It never mattered because people still sat in a fucking corner and played like, you know, their lives on the line.
That's true.
Bro, this is not SOCOM. I understand why people camp in SOCOM, because in SOCOM, you have one life. You die, you have to wait the next round. In Call of Duty, you're literally respawning, but you're like treating this like it's life or death, bro. It's ridiculous.
Man. We were playing in third person, and you know, Blaze had like what 4 or 5 kills. I was like, well, why is he so low in the leaderboard? And I noticed what Blaze was doing. He kept going upstairs. There was this dude posted up. Remember that dude? He was posted up with like 5 claymores. And here's the fun fact: he was just shooting rockets.
The guy's there. Him and his buddy. They got claymores on every door, and they both got RPGs. Hunter. When I tell you this guy had killed me 8 times in a row, I said, fuck it. My job now, my job the rest of this game is to fucking kill that guy. I fucking went in there, kamikaze, boom, rocket launcher. I watched the kill cam. He's like, boom. I took out that's Big Cloud. I took out an RPG for the last kill of the game. We won. The last kill of the game was me with a rocket launcher. It was so gratifying. I just shoot him, we win the game. Did you hear me on the mic?
Yeah, I heard you. And then
it was pretty bad.
The dude was replying. He was sitting there going, "Oh, I do whatever I want. This is my game. So you spend $70 camping the car." Like, dude, I was crying. I was still like, yeah, this is Call of Duty in 2022.
On Twitter, there was like that one dude that was in the. I guess he was on the map that had like the
cars
with all the cars, and he was always alive for like 3 seconds. He would run out and someone would blow a car up. You'd kill him. He'd respawn. He'd run again. Another car
blow up.
Yeah, dude, that was the funniest video. It was like a minute and a half of him dying like 20 times.
Dude, I swear, some of these maps were designed for people. Like, they designed for the simple fact because people are just known for not getting kills in Call of Duty.
Well, I mean? No, I was gonna say I think they're catering now.
They are catering.
If
you see how many cars are on that damn highway and how many explosions you deal with, Blaze, how many damn cars? All it takes is one drill grenade. You can blow up and come on, man. Guaranteed 5 kills.
The dude would like respawn right next to a fresh car.
Yeah.
Right?
Revenge spawns are still a thing in this game. Like, you'll spawn like right behind the enemy, or the enemy will spawn right behind you. I'm thinking I got a control on the spawns, right? Because one guy spawns. Okay, let me go kill him, right? The whole team, it goes 1, 2, 3, like all an angle. This came out the corner. I'm like, huh? That's not bad.
Oh, jeez.
That's a bad spawns. Dead silence is not a perk in this game where you can equip. No, it's a field order that only lasts 30 seconds. So much for rushers. Sleight of hand. You have to wait a time limit to use sleight of hand.
You guys, I'm sure you guys saw the sales figure that they announced for that game, right? It was like 800 million.
Yeah, 800 mil.
Yeah. It was like the biggest on PlayStation, something like that, or biggest launch on PlayStation.
It was the biggest Call of Duty launch ever. It was like.
Modern Warfare is a huge name, man. I don't doubt it.
Like,
that's what it is.
People were saying like, oh, you know, the franchise is in decline and it's gonna get worse if Microsoft acquires them. It's like, are you kidding me?
Nah. Like, Call of Duty will do well. Yeah.
Dude, this is the big.
Call of Duty will do well regardless.
Call of Duty of all time.
Yeah, Call of Duty will do well regardless if it's owned by Microsoft, PlayStation, or in this case, independent. It will always do well. It's just got that type of pull when it comes to gamers. I did notice. I mean, it just felt odd, this one. Like, you know, like you don't have, like, you see classic guns in this game, guys, but they don't have their original names. Like an MP7's in here, but it's not called an MP7. It's called, like, what's it called, Blaze? M2-47.
Oh, listen, Modern Warfare has, I mean, Call of Duty's gone back and forth with paying for the license of these guns, but I feel like the people that manufacture the guns have realized, like, wow, they're making so much money on this game. We want to check, you know, we want to cut of that. It's the same thing with FIFA, you know, wanting all this money from EA, you know, because FIFA's selling like hotcakes. I think before Call of Duty was willing to pay to get an AK-47 stamp and all that, even the attachments they were paying for, like Red Dots, were real brands by the Red Dots. But now these companies are getting as greedy as Activision, saying, hey, we want to cut of that money too. So yeah, we're charging you this amount to put, you know, real gun names in the game. It's just not worth it. They can call it the Kilo, they can call it the whatever, and it's still gonna sell and people don't care. So.
Bro, the PP90 M1, which is like that little water gun from Modern Warfare 2, you know, where you pull the little caps off. That's the joint I've been rocking. It's actually good in here, but they call it the mini back. Hey, what the hell is a mini back? What the hell is this? So, yeah, man. But no, that was my take on Call of Duty, man. I was like, damn, you know, I've been away for so long, and I've never been so happy and proud of myself that I've been away for so long.
So you're gonna take another retirement bit? Is that it? Another 10 years?
Knowing Lobo, I probably won't enjoy it. He'll probably gift me the next one. That's the funny thing, because you know.
And Lobo still hasn't given Blaze Uncharted yet.
He ain't gonna do that.
And that's why Lobo's blocked and kicked out of every Discord. And Big Cloud, if I kick someone out of a server and you reignite them again, I'm gonna make sure you don't.
What server I did this? What server I did?
Red Hood. When I kick somebody out your server and he brings them back, that shit pisses me off, Red Hood.
I didn't hold on. I didn't invite him back to Red Hood server.
Yes, you did, Big Cloud.
He was in Red Hood. He was always in Red Hood server.
I know, but I kicked him, and then your Big Cloud.
Okay. And who do you think told me to put him back there? Because we was watching a movie.
Oh, is that right, Red Hood?
Red Hood.
What movie were we watching?
It was not a movie. It was a TV show. I think it was a TV show. It was because Pablo.
Red Hood.
Pablo pulled up.
Pablo
pulled up, and he stuck. This is during the Game of Thrones.
No,
it's not that serious, guys. All right.
You haven't been in the Discord for weeks, and we know why you haven't been in the Discord for weeks.
No,
right?
God, here we go. Here we go. There you go.
We know why. Yeah, we know why.
Surviving RGT. That should be the name of this episode.
Yo.
Moving on. I'm surprised this is even news. I saw everybody's reactions to it. This is funny to me. Because we talked about this after the price hike of the PS5, and I know Blaze was like, "Yo, Big Cloud, there's no way it can be 500. It has to be 400 to sell it." I'm like, "Bro, it's gonna be 500." PSVR 2. We have confirmation of the price of this unit. It's gonna be pretty much.
That's not what I said. I said it won't be more than the actual price of the console.
It's more.
It's yeah, it's $50 more. But listen, people with these bullshit thumbnails. I'm glad you brought this up. Yeah. Saying, oh, the PSVR is expensive. No, it's not. The PSVR 2 is the exact same price as the PSVR 1. Yep. The only difference is if you bought the PSVR 1 with just the headset, yes, it was cheaper. But if you bought the PSVR with the controllers, it was about $550. Go look it up.
Yeah, it's about $550.
Go look it up.
So
that's the same exact price.
Yep. Dude's like, it's dead before it launches. It's DOA.
People were like,
damage control. Damage control.
What are you doing defending Sony? And just laughing. And I'm like, dude, it's a fact.
It's a fact.
I'm just saying it costs the same.
Are they doing a separate? I don't think they announced that, did they? Like, they're doing like a separate thing? Like, we just could buy the headset?
No.
They're not doing nothing? They're not doing nothing, right?
It's supposed to be $500 with the controller and the headset.
Yeah. With it, so.
That'd be crazy.
But my thing is,
we could just buy the headset.
I don't think the price is bad. I think people are using it for fanboy ammo. I remember a certain somebody was like, you need the full PlayStation experience. $500 plus $550 is $1,050 to get the whole PS5 experience. Just buy a PC.
I'm sitting there
and
going,
even me
bro.
as a PC gamer, I'm just like, bro, name me $1,000 PC with also a VR headset, and that's a huge steal because that ain't ever happening. But I will say this, it's like, I don't think it's a bad price point, but I think they're going to have trouble selling in terms of the market that we're in. I don't think like it's a bad price point at all. It's just the economy currently is not.
And then people start bringing up, it's not back and pat with the PS4. By the way, I got to ask Kate to come back for that.
The developers have already said they're making PSVR 2 version. Like most developers of, the most successful on PSVR, there've already been a bunch of developers saying that they're going to give free upgrades too.
Oh, okay, cool. So
there we go.
There you go. Oh, awesome. Never mind.
It's going to be a case by case. So there's going to be, of course, some are not compatible.
The ones that are like super popular, like you're saying, though.
Like Beat Saber.
The biggest.
Yeah. Makes sense. Beat Saber. What's that joint with the gun?
Is it Atreus too?
Yeah. What was the one with the gun?
You know what else is gonna come? Big Cloud Walkabout mini golf will be there. I guarantee it.
Half-Life Alyx.
Oh.
Half-Life Alex.
Walkabout Golf. Which one was that? I don't remember that one. Was that?
Oh, the VR game.
Oh,
the mini golf game.
yeah, that one. I forgot about it.
Trust me, it's on Steam now. Trust me, they would. If PlayStation is smart, they bring that shit over ASAP because that's a great.
They still haven't announced.
They got the power. They definitely got the power to run it.
Bro, that's such a good multiplayer. You know, and you now remember you only could play as 5 people. Now they brought it up to like 8 people. You can play all at once.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I would love to play that.
That developer's fucking amazing, bro. Like that that's the best VR game I've ever played.
I remember you were bigging them up.
The most intuitive.
Yeah, I remember you were bigging them up nonstop. And then when I got in the game, and I just, when you actually put the headset on and get in the world, you do get kind of lost in just the detail. You really do.
Yeah, but just the feeling of hitting a golf ball, like it's like easy to pick up, but it's hard to master. But it's so intuitive. It's so perfect. That shit's fire. A lot of people are gonna be blown away. That's the thing. A lot of people are like, oh my god, I'm not paying $550 for a launch lineup of 8 games, dude.
It's gonna be more games than that going forward.
There's 8 games, yes, but I guarantee you there'll be a demo disc with upcoming games just like the first one. They'll give you like little sample titles, sample bites, and on top of that, if you've never experienced VR, like a lot of people that are like, oh, they're gonna wait. Bro, you're gonna be fucking blown away once you put on a VR head. Like the first time you try VR, you're blown away. You're like, wow. Even to this day, sometimes I put it on, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, even that thing with the even hell, I would love to see them take another crack at I remember like that demo they show where you're like in the shark cage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They'll have shit like that. Those were demos. That came with the PSVR.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're gonna have demo discs in there for sure, but. Dude, like I said, I talked to you guys. I was like, like end of September.
Yeah,
I came
to Tokyo
from Tokyo Game Show. Like I've tried PSVR 2 and I thought it was awesome. Like Resident Evil Village was amazing. Like to me, Resident Evil Village was so good that I'm buying a PSVR 2 for sure. But I would buy it for something like that. Like it is like, I don't know, man. Like just having Lady D like come right up to me in my face and talking to me and she,
oh my god,
yeah,
she picked me up, she put me on the hook, right?
Man,
it was so like it was way better than PSVR in terms of like screen resolution and like the hand tracking with the controllers and stuff like that. So the only like disappointment I have with the $550 price is that it literally means, in my opinion, that it's gonna like PSVR 2 is going to appeal to the exact same audience as PSVR 1. It's not going to expand the VR market probably until like hopefully they drop the price a lot, but until they do, it's not going to expand the audience. I also have questions about Sony's long-term support. I think it's probably going to be similar to PSVR 1, where they're going to probably support it for a couple of years, and then it's going to be third parties. So I don't think it's not the greatest news at $550, but is it going to have great games? Yes. I've already played an awesome game that I think is worth it alone.
Yep.
To get it. And if anyone who has PSVR 1 should be all over this because PSVR 2 is just so much better in so many different ways.
So much better.
He says, "Sippy for Miss Demetress." Hey, I'm actually friends with Miss Demetress. Shout out to Helena.
Dude, I can't it was a totally different experience playing in VR, and it was so good. Like I played this as soon as you get to the castle, it's actually like a modified version. It doesn't actually play out the same way as in the original, but I got to the castle and I got to that spot where the girls, the sisters, they knock you down and they drag you to Lady D's room and they put you up on the hook. But dude, they dragged me around the castle in VR and I'm looking around. It's crazy. It's so good.
Yep. So, yeah, you already sold me on it. I'm hard.
All I know is that game's going to bring out a lot of fantasies out of some RE fans.
Yeah.
I know. I'll other joke. He's like, "Hey, don't touch her on my no area." That dude.
Oh my God.
Bro, look at that picture in the Discord I just posted of God of War and Atreus.
Oh my God.
Hunter.
The
That's
coolest
kinda
thing about playing that,
my god.
Hunter, something interesting I got. PlayStation Message. There's actually a porn version of Village
I'm posting that on Twitter right
oh
now.
wow, is
out
I
it?
know
there.
it's on
I
Twitter.
had
It's on Twitter.
I had to
As are
report it to
posting
Sony.
for now.
Oh.
No,
It's
it's
already on Twitter.
full-on porn.
Oh, it is?
It's a full-on
No,
porn version.
Yeah, of course. The coolest thing about the seeing Lady D in VR is you actually get to experience her height. Like what is she? She's like 8 feet or something like that, or
Yeah,
8.
like 8
I
something.
think it's 10 feet. I
She's
think.
not
10
10
feet.
foot.
But like,
Yes, look
but
it
you
up.
like
What's she
you
said?
actually get to like feel the height. And when you play it on a flat screen, it's like cool, yeah, sure, she's 10 feet. But like when you actually have to look up, when you're looking up and she's looking down at you, like, man, it was awesome. It was so much fun.
Okay, it's 9 feet 6 inches. So 9
You'll be
feet.
sliced to ribbons before you ever see that child.
When she
basically,
puts
like,
you up on the hook, like you're finally like kind of at eye level with her.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Do you think it's like being more expensive? Like we're in Canadian prices, right? So it's $629
Yeah.
for a PS5. You know, when it goes, are you getting the same value as the experience of what you're alluding to, Hunter, as the price?
Oh, that's the question.
I mean, it depends on what kind of experience people are looking for. If you want to be like fully immersed into your games, then I would say yeah. But if that doesn't interest you and you're just cool playing on a flat screen, I mean, value is like different per person, right? Like there'll be millions of people that just don't care about VR, and I totally get it. And then there's like, the hardcore enthusiasts that just want to have the fun experiences. Like the other thing too, like I don't like the launch lineup certainly wasn't impressive, but like, I mean, the Rush of Blood sequel, the Supermassive game, I forget the name, but the sequel that they announced for that, like that looks really good. Rush of Blood was a fun game on PSVR.
Yep.
So and Horizon, of course, like Horizon Call the Mountain. So there's going to be like 3 or 4 games at least. The Walking Dead, I'm not sure if that's a launch title. I don't think, maybe it is. I don't know. But anyways, that Walking Dead game will be for sure one that I'm going to get. So I'm probably at like 4 or 5 like really like must play games on PSVR, and they'll be like just like usual. There'll probably be a couple every few months, and then hopefully like because Sony even started giving out PSVR games for PS Plus, right? So hopefully in like a year's time we start getting free games for PSVR 2 as well. But yeah, the Canadian price is just ridiculous. Like I actually have the price in my inbox. Sony sent me an email. What is it like? I think it's like $699. Is that right? It's $700.
It's more expensive. That's $700.
Yeah, 700.
That's a little for us Canadians, a little too much to bear. You know, unless you're a hardcore niche market, like you were saying, like the niche players who are going to adopt this, the first adopters.
Yeah, I actually like. I think it's actually like, if I was Sony, would I do this? No, I would absolutely not do this as my strategy. I'm not predicting things in terms of like success and all this. Like it's gonna have great games. It's gonna be worth it for the hardcore niche. But like,
Yeah. I
don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what they're doing. Like $700 Canadian, $550 US. There should. I don't like having like. I don't like with my base console having a weaker version like the Xbox Series S and X. I don't like that at all. I like having the powerful base console, but like for VR, I don't know. I'd almost like, because I think like Meta does that too, right? They have like the basic version that's $399, and then they've got the premium version that's like $1,500 or whatever. Like Sony should have done something like that. There should have been like a $299 or $349 version.
Yeah, I'm okay with a 350.
Yeah. Well, it's just it's a shame because for me, I'm buying it and it's going to be worth it. I imagine it's going to be worth it, but like, I want to see VR expand. I want to see it like explode and go mainstream. And I was kind of looking for a PSVR 2 to make that happen, but I don't Meta is the company that's going to make it go mainstream, from what I can see.
Yep.
PSVR 2 will remain enthusiast only.
Hold on here. 1 second.
We lost Red Hood.
Nice.
Did you?
Oh, he's here. It's Blaze.
I was Blaze talking about.
Blaze.
Sorry about that. So, golly, what else was there that happened? There was a lot going on. Obviously, what's the Final Fantasy? What's it for Final Fantasy?
Yeah, it's 95% done, and we're supposed to get a release date by the ending of this year. So,
I don't understand summer. Like, I'm so confused. Why summer? 95% done. We're going to give you a release date in the next month.
Yeah, I would say honestly, I'm fine with it being summer because I'm be honest, there's like no games coming out in the summer. There never is. So.
Well, yeah, and like February is actually becoming the worst month for gaming for me. Like, just because have you seen how many games are coming out in February again?
Hogwarts Legacy, I think Street Fighter, right? Or
Street
no?
Fighter. Yeah.
There's
Octopath Traveler 2.
I think Atomic Heart. That was like
an Ishin remake. Ishin like a dragon remake.
Yeah, Ishin and Atomic Heart both got announced for it, but it's just weird. Like, I get February because like January is right after the holiday and people have their holiday games and they just spend all their money, and yeah, I get it. I get February why they do it, but do you guys remember even a few years ago? Do you remember like it was probably around like maybe like March or April that was busy for gaming, and then like January to March was dead, usually dead. Like maybe 1 or 2 big games per month those months, and then April, May some bigger games, and then dead for the summer, and then we'd have like August, September, October, November as big months. Now it's just like I already have a backlog of games. I've got way too many games to play, and then February hits. And do you remember this year? Like, I don't know how many games you guys picked up in February this year, but February was just nuts, man. Like, especially since I put in like 100+ hours into Elden Ring, and then I still had like Seafood to play, and Dying Light came out then, and Horizon and Gran Turismo was like early March, I think.
Yep. Don't get me started on Resident Evil 4. That's in March. Yep, I know. It's a good time to be a gamer. It's a good time.
I don't understand what they're thinking too. Like, I for sure these games have to cannibalize each other for sales, right? Like, if you've got 10 big games releasing in a month, like 1 or 2, like because people were even saying that about Horizon, right? Because Horizon released like a week or 10 days from Elden Ring, right?
Elden Ring and then GT7 came out a couple weeks after.
Like I remember like in early March, like people are like, nobody's talking about Horizon. Everyone's talking about Elden Ring. It's like, well, why would you release why would you release Horizon a week after Elden Ring?
I don't think I'll ever
two months
understand
after
that.
Elden Ring, and then everyone would just be talking about Horizon for 2 months.
That's the thing. I never will understand that month because we had those 2 games. Then we had Gran Turismo, and there was another game. There was 5 games.
No, there was Dying Light 2.
Dying Light at the beginning of the month, and Seafood came out.
February was a lot.
Yeah, so
I was gonna say, I think when it comes to Square, why they would position that is because also they're trying to also give like breathing room if FF7 Rebirth comes out in like December.
Yeah, and Forspoken is like March, right?
Yep.
January.
Is anybody even getting?
Was it January? Oh yeah.
Are you guys getting? No. You guys getting Forspoken or playing Forspoken?
Nope. I don't.
You getting it, Hunter? Or applying for it?
Forspoken, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because
I just can't. Jeez.
I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on that game. A lot of people liking
I'm sleeping on it.
There are others who don't want to give it a shot. So.
Because my issue just stems with the development team for Final Fantasy 15. I just did not care for 15, and it's the same team working on Forspoken, so it's like I'm not very optimistic for that game. It's like I think it'll be a decent game. Like I can definitely see the game scoring in like the 7s.
Yeah.
but I just don't
Yeah,
feel
it's-
like it. I got a 16 coming, so it's like, ugh.
I hear you.
I
I
played
hear you.
like half an hour of Forspoken.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Really?
Was it at least fluid, stable?
I really enjoyed my time with Forspoken. It was I thought the story was actually all right, at least the demo that I played, and combat was fun, and traversal was fun. The big thing, and like to me, it's actually a pretty big thing that I didn't like about the demo is I just could not really get invested in the world. Like the world just seemed kind of generic, and yeah, and like and it was I like there wasn't a lot of life in this. There wasn't a lot of enemies to fight. I kind of understand why, because you move so fast, right? You move so fast in this game. Like you need like large gaps between the enemies, because if there were enemies everywhere, then you wouldn't be able to move nearly as fast. You'd just be constantly in battle. So I get it, but it was kind of like you would just be like, I'd spend a minute or two very fast traversal through these areas, and they were completely like not memorable. You know how when you play God of War, when you play God of War 2018, you go into like a new zone, and you're like it impacts you because it looks so cool, and there's so much life and colors and
there's a lot of effects.
Yeah. Forspoken's world was like the total opposite, where everything just kind of blends in and everything just seems boring and normal. And I'm not like I only played half an hour, so it was a small little slice. Hopefully there's like cool areas that I didn't get a chance to see down the road, but yeah, the game world just didn't do it for me.
Damn.
But combat's fun and traversal's fun, but
it looked straight in those aspects. I'm just like, I was expecting. Well, I don't even have no crazy high expectation. I think that's the right way to go into that particular game. That way, I'm not setting myself up for anything weird. Callisto Protocol, obviously. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that
Callisto
is next fucking week or next month. Yeah,
next month. It got banned in Japan.
I know. Apparently, it's too dark. Yes.
So no. What I think is going on is like it's a similar situation with Resident Evil 2, right? Where a lot of people don't remember, but if you look at the Japanese release with Resident Evil 2, where
it's dumbed down.
So like it's the particular moment when you're trying to help the cop, and when you pull him, his jaw. No, not the jaw. His intestines, like half his body's gone. And you see the intestines, they blur out. And I think what they were trying to do is when it comes to more of the realistic looking characters, like even Resident Evil, they try to tone that stuff down or blur it out because of like they don't like that in Japan. Like when it comes to anime and stuff like that, it's very different because it doesn't look realistic. That's why it can be like ultra violent and very gory. But I think they said, hey, can you like blur this out for us and do this and that? And they didn't want to do that. And that's within their rights to do so. So
I don't get it, man. Like Japan is pretty obsessed with gore and violence. Like
when it comes to anime and like the unrealistic characters,
yeah, well, plus like, dude, they made the film Battle Royale, which is literally kids. It's children getting bags of ammo and weapons. And,
they do some weird stuff there.
And dude, what is it? The Grudge and The Ring are like so popular there. I went to like a couple of theme parks that had like Sadako and what is it? Forget her name, Kokoko or whatever, Katako or whatever.
Katako,
yeah, like I don't know. They're obsessed, dude. I went to like Universal Studios and they have an entire Resident Evil area that you go like you basically like walk through like mazes and there's like dead bodies everywhere and like intestines falling out. I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird that it kind of actually makes me a little bit more excited for Callisto because when things get banned,
usually
it was kind of the same way for me when Manhunt. You remember when Manhunt 2 got censored? Like, and even back, I'm going to date myself, but back in the day with like Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat 2, where the Super Nintendo versions of those games had had sweat instead of blood. I kind of like when things get banned, and makes me like Kalisto is going to be nasty. It's going to be the goriest game ever, and I can't wait.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
So when I read that, when that was banned, I just got more excited because it's like, bro, I've been asking for games to push the envelope for so long. You know, I love when a studio just does that and everything, whether it be for the creepiness, the intensity, or just the gameplay and fundamentals, whatever. And, you know, also the fact that they flat out confirmed, Hunter, that there is a trophy in this game where it says die every conceivable way. That's going to be more.
Really?
Yeah, there's a trophy.
Okay.
Something like that. We have to die every conceivable way.
I'll make sure I intentionally died.
so even that part like the water slide like, with the little fan.
Like they already announced, like Striking Distance was saying that they're already interested in doing a sequel.
Oh, dude, I'm excited.
This game better sell, dude. Everybody listening, get all your friends. We got to buy this game. We got to get like I haven't even played it yet, but I just know, like, people. I tweeted my top 10 games of the year, and someone responded back and said, "Do you think there's any games coming out between now and the end of the year that could affect your top 10?" And I'm like, yeah, the Callisto Protocol.
Yep.
Like, dude, if this game is as good as I think it's gonna be, I would not be shocked if it's in my top 5 and even top 3. Like, I think this is like, you know, God of War, Elden Ring level awesomeness potential.
I mean, Dead Space, when I first played Dead Space kept me up a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I was a little younger, and I was like, damn, this shit's fucking insane. That's just it, man. Like, you know, if they can deliver that type of quality where it's like, yo, when you get into this, you're like, yo, this is, yeah, it's similar. You know, it's got similarities, you know, with the health pack on your, well, I actually like how they changed it. It went from being on your spine to being on the back of your neck, like the little dog collar. I like how they did that. But it goes to that, to you know, those dark and gritty tunnels, the way these damn things react, or they now regenerate. Apparently there's regenerator versions of them. It's like, I'm all in, dude. I just want to be blown away, and I think they are going to do it. It looks so good. The weapons look great. It even has the same similar type of combat in a sense compared to Dead Space with the stomp. Yeah, the stomp, the dismemberment, the tanky like controls. You know how bulky he looks, but I mean, honestly, it worked for Dead Space. It'll work for this because these guys know what they're doing. And I want to see how they do the story as well. You know, the whole markers and everything they did with Dead Space was so iconic. And, you know, it led to it just led to some crazy moments, even in part 2 with the twist into that. It's like, I'm very curious to see what this is about and what they do. So my expectations are high.
It better deliver, man. Like,
I hope so, man. I hope so.
I usually don't like having high expectations in games. I like going in just kind of like, just take it for the way it is. But like, I'm sorry, but this game, my expectations are way high.
Dude, the director was definitely flexing in this one. I will say that he was like, yo, especially with the whole Gotham Knights thing. He's like, yeah, guys, we got 60 FPS. We're all hyped. You know, he's showing off death scenes. So I love that. What I loved about these guys and the presentation of this, like y'all know, is we didn't see the same demo over and over. We saw several different. Yeah, we saw several different ones. They have so much to show. Yeah, and they have so much hype and anticipation going. So it's like
every demo would always end with that new death.
Yeah, that was, everyone.
Like, I got so excited every time he came on Jeff Keighley's stages.
Yep.
Showing off the new trailers, I was like, oh, geez.
I mean, when he showed the trailer last time, I didn't think he was going to show us gameplay. I thought, oh, we already saw a gameplay. He said, oh, by the way, I heard you said you got a little surprise for people. Oh, yeah, here's a new gameplay section. And another cool death. I'm like, you son of a bitch, I see what you're doing. He just sold me on the game every time we saw him, every time we saw this team. And I'm excited, man. I'm very, very excited. Shout out to Striking Distance and everybody. Shout out to...
It's just gonna say, like, and anyone who likes horror is in for like the best year of their life coming up.
Oh yeah,
it's just amazing. Silent Hill, like, I just can't believe it, man. Resident Evil's coming back. Dead Space is returning.
It's pretty much the generation we've been asking for. It's kind of like the PS2 all over again. Now that we're getting Silent Hill back. I'm a little weirded out though. To be honest with you though, Silent Hill 2 was getting a remake, not one. That was surprising.
Yeah.
You know, I was surprised by that. But also, they said, you know, they're trying to make that, as expected, they're trying to make that jump back into the movie. The first Silent Hill movie, I will give them credit. It was good. The second one, I question my own sanity for watching that because, like, it was terrible. Now we're getting a part 3. Yeah. It's like, no, we don't need that. Be like, we don't need that.
I think one of the other Silent Hill games was going to release next summer. There was I think there was one that, I don't know, it's some weird one that has like AR.
Yep.
I don't know. It just seems like, or it was like a live, wasn't it live? It was like a live game.
I think it was
live.
The J.J. Abrams studio one or whatever.
Yeah. It's supposed to be next summer. So yeah, it should be like all year long, man. It's gonna be great.
So far, guys, all the games that released started off as rumors, you know, everything that was going around. Now we're only missing 2 games. Metal Gear Solid and Castlevania.
The rumor going, did you hear about the rumor from Metal Gear?
What? Which one?
Something regarding a Twitter for, I don't know if it's with Virtuous or whatever.
Oh, they must have
No, it's supposedly they put a date or something like that, and it's a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt.
That was already proved to be false.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, go to like Tom Henderson, the Insider Gaming. That was like, it was some like Unreal 5 thing that some developer put on Instagram, and then someone scraped it and then put like Morse code on there.
Oh that's the part I remember.
Yeah, the Morse code for it was like the Game Awards date in Morse code, but yeah, they found out who the original person was, and it was just like some Unreal 5 thing that was totally not related to Metal Gear Solid, unfortunately. But I still think it's like there's that studio Virtuous that's supposed to be working on the next Metal Gear.
I'm worried. I won't lie. I'm very worried about that.
I think it's probably in the works, and I'm even worried about Silent Hill because I'm not. I think Bloober team is more of like the B team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The B, I think they're like a C team.
What? How dare you? They're not a C.
They're never blown me away.
Hey man, have you played Blair Witch?
I did. I did, unfortunately.
Are you gonna tell me that's a B team?
All right. Well, that's I look at that different. I look at that a little different. I look at that as more of an experience type of thing. They weren't trying to.
Well, a passion project. You gonna say that too?
I wouldn't say well.
I'm a little bit optimistic.
A lot of passion. If that was the passion.
only because Sony is obviously involved, right? It's an exclusive, so they're funding it or they're overseeing it to some degree, I'm sure. And then also Konami is involved with it as well. So I'm a little bit more optimistic.
You can make the argument though, Hunter, when it comes to Konami. Do they really care though? Like they're not even in-house developing games. I feel like besides, their soccer game, right? Like everything else, seems like they're going the route of Star Wars, like Lucasfilm games and Marvel Studios, and handing out their IPs to whatever studio they deem fit, whatever that.
So Castlevania is more likely going to happen then. That's going to happen. And that Metal Gear Solid will happen. It's going to happen. Those reports are pretty much.
But just hoping they're good studios. So that's the thing. Because if they just say, yeah, you guys can have it. And then it's just like, bro, what my thing is like Metal Gear Solid.
We're not going to run into a Metal Gear Survive.
Dude, like Metal Gear Solid or any of the remakes from Metal Gear, they could have just went to Blue Point. Bro, Blue Point is just the top tier. Like, there's nothing wrong with going with them. It would have been the best experience possible.
Yeah.
But what is keeping me most optimistic about Silent Hill is the fact that Sony is involved, and we saw rumors of what they did with Knights of the Old Republic, where they there was rumors that I guess this summer Sony saw a preview of where it's at, and they're like, no,
this ain't it. Yeah.
I think wasn't it a Jason Schreier's story? I think.
Just Schreier.
and it was Jason Schreier, and then they like I think it got switched to it was like Aspyr, was it, and then it got moved to Saber.
Yeah, Saber Interactive.
Saber Interactive. Yeah, so like Sony is involved with Silent Hill, I imagine, to the same degree. And is it going to be like the best game ever made? Probably not. Bluebird, I don't know, unless they hired like a lot more talented folks.
Let's get Blue Point. If it was Blue Point, I would have had no doubts in my mind.
Yeah,
Blue Point.
But Sony, Sony will at least like push back, and if this game is just not good, like they'll delay it or they'll do something.
Yeah,
I'm sure, to make it better, right? So I'm pretty optimistic that it's gonna be good.
Yeah, this particular
the images look good.
Yeah, it looks straight. I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack, they're nailing all the atmosphere for Silent Hill. To Sean's point, they did remake 2 instead of 1 for Resident Evil. That's true, but I saw 2. The reason why they did 2 over 1 though, 2 was more
because 1 already had a remake.
Yeah, it kind of already had one, right? It was like that. It was
Resident
free.
Evil remake Biohazard.
Yeah.
And that was on Game. Was that on GameCube?
It was GameCube.
GameCube,
Yeah.
But that one already had that. But this one was more. They were trying to branch out. They were trying to merge elements that kind of put them on the map, and that was Resident Evil 4 with the style they went for, and they just nailed it. And now we're getting that to like ramped up to like 11 from what we saw in Resident Evil 4 remake. Which, oh my god, I cannot fucking wait.
Like I said, new timeline.
Yeah. Looks fantastic.
They're creating a new timeline with a remake, connecting it and 6 will be a way different game.
I mean, yeah. Just whatever you do, don't add that stupid camera like they did before. Unless if you're gonna make it like, honestly, just keep the same format as what we're seeing with this Resident Evil 4 remake. You know, I saw that you can deflect the chainsaw with your knife, which is a first, but it also it breaks the knife. So I'm wondering I'm wondering if you buy different combat knives, so you might get Krauser's knife in the game and stuff like that. They probably changed it up to that degree. I remember somebody mentioned this in the chat when I said it, because he did sound a little off. But you guys remember the merchant that you buy from? And
he does sound off.
He sounds off. Well, if it turns out that the merchant is actually voiced by the same guy who does the voice for Resident Evil Village, that guy. You know, the little merchant. Yeah, the merchant. The big the Duke. The Duke. Yeah, he's the guy.
The Duke?
Yeah,
Dude,
the Duke.
The Duke is like awesome. I love his voice.
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys play Rose? Shadows of Rose?
I have yet to play that. It was
I played it and finished it. Yeah, I thought it was a good 7.5 or 8 out of 10.
It
was about 2.5, 3 hours DLC.
Okay.
How much was it? $19, and you get a full third-person perspective.
Yeah, third person, the DLC, and Mercenary.
Was the DLC the third person? Well, okay, the third person, was that separate, or was it just for the single player, the main single player? You can play the whole single player through it.
Yeah, the whole single player in third person, and then Shadow of Rose or Shadows of Rose or whatever.
Yeah,
that's also, third person. It's not a first person DLC.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want spoilers, but just in your opinion, are the Winter family more exciting to you now after this, or because I don't really care too much about the Winters?
How dare you? How dare you?
Ethan Winter.
Right, but
how dare you?
Better
you care about Ethan losing his hand every single game. He loses
every damn game. He loses the hand.
No,
hey man, just put the healing ointment.
I never understood that though. With the first
I think to be fair, I don't feel like Resident Evil had amazing characters besides Ada. Even Leon to an extent.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Chris wasn't an amazing charismatic individual.
Chris,
am I wrong?
Chris was interesting in the beginning until they turned him into this roided up meathead in Resident Evil 5.
Even 1, I don't think he was an amazing. I think Leon got better.
Leon was is clearly the MVP. Ada Wong is obviously the crown jewel.
I think Ada's the best character out of the whole series.
That's why I said she's the crown jewel of the series. But Claire was Okay, passable. Claire was passable.
Whoever says Ada sucks, bro, stop.
You got your mind if you say Ada Sight. It was.
She's honestly the best character in the whole series.
Oh,
Wesker might be
iconic. He's iconic. That's what it is.
I would say like 4, number 3 or 4. I think the look is what makes him so iconic.
Whoa. You don't like the fact that Wesker throws his sunglasses? You become an inconvenience.
Bro, it just reminds me, RE5 just reminds me of like a Matrix movie with Wesker.
That's how it was for that god-awful damn movie we got, the adaptation. We just do his sunglasses. Oh, God. Well, let's close this one down, man. We went on for a minute for today's show. Hey, I know we were gone, but I appreciate everybody who showed up, stuck around with us. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the show. You have hit that like button, go ahead and hit it. Big shout out to our special guest, of course, Next Gen Canada. I think he had to go. He did say he couldn't stay that long, so shout out to him for coming through. Go check out his channel. I'll put a link to it in the description below. Of course, shout out to Blaze. He probably ditched us to go play more Call of Duty. It's funny because we were just going out talking trash about it. He either went 2 places, Call of Duty, or he went to go play Gotham Knights with Rev.
Oh, you might be right about that one.
Yeah, so that's where he went. Because Rev disappeared, he disappeared. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just being observant, Blaze. Being observant. Shout out to Solid Rev. Go check out Solid Rev in the chat. I appreciate it. Check out Cassie Cage as well in the chat.
She had 1,000
She had 1,000.
subs.
Yeah, congrats.
Like,
Was she like
she's really good
1,200?
content creator.
Was she like 1,200 now? Close to 1,200?
All I know was over 1,000.
Yeah, so congrats on that. Your first 1,000 is your hardest. After that, you just keep going. So keep going. Congrats to you. Let's go ahead and get into the outros with the panel here. I'm going to start off with Red Hood 420. Go check out his streams, the works. Tune into his podcast, which I'm guessing is now exclusively on Twitch.
Yeah, it is on Twitch.
Yeah.
Just come to Twitch. We have a good time. We talk nerd stuff. Video games, movies, TV shows, all the whole 9 yard. And what else have we been?
Yeah,
kind of like also anything really. We do like AMAs and video recommendations and all that stuff. So overall, and then by like halfway stream point, we play video games. And,
by the way, he is a big She-Hulk fan, so make sure you guys show up.
Absolutely not, bro. What the heck is wrong with you, man? Listen, She-Hulk. I give rants on Twitch, so if you want to see rants like that, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I said. You're a She-Hulk fan. Tune in for those epic rants.
Oh boy. Anyways,
they killed my boy. They killed my boy.
They definitely killed Charlie Cox. And what else? Like, God of War Ragnarok. I'm probably gonna stream that midnight. So check that out.
When's it dropping again? When's it dropping?
Tuesday. Well, I mean Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay.
So Odin's Day.
Yeah, it's Wednesday next week.
But Tuesday is 11:59 p.m. or whatever, 12 a.m. is when it unlocks.
Everybody's gonna be on it, and Hunter's gonna be sitting there sipping his tea like, look at.
Yeah, he's done. He's already done. He doesn't care.
Dude, I'm already moved on to other games.
He's already sipping his tea like, look at these rookies playing this experience.
Exactly. I'm so jealous, but yeah, check it out. Red Hood 420 on Twitch, and I'm still making a video regarding Death Stranding. It's taking me too long, man, at this point. Which is annoying. But look forward to that on Twitter, Red Hood 240.
There you go.
Stream every weekday.
Yes, sir. We got that. Then we got Callisto Protocol. A good time to be a gamer. I might actually stream that. I don't know. I might stream Callisto Protocol. I've been wanting to.
You got to stream a certain game that you keep neglecting.
I ain't neglecting.
And I haven't forgotten.
I ain't neglect nothing.
Don't be breaking bets now.
I didn't break nothing. I didn't break nothing. Let me finish. I ain't break nothing. Let's see. He does this every time.
Just tell how those.
This is me hovering over the eject button. I'm just that. And last but not least, we got Hunter. Thanks for joining us, my brother. Good to have you back. Good to hear your voice. Good to see you. And congratulations on getting the write-up on Twitter for some of the best content creators to look at or to check out on Twitter for information. So if you guys want factual, accurate information, make sure you follow Hunter on Twitter. This dude's close to 100K. And while I say that, big shout out to Nebellion. We'll miss you, brother. Shout out to
yeah, dude.
We'll
that was
definitely
crazy.
miss you. Yeah. I forgot to even mention that, but shout out to him, man. He officially left the whole gaming section, I guess you can say. He's done.
He's done.
Yeah, he shut
He
it
shut
down.
down he just like basically privated his Twitter account, and he's probably never coming back.
Yeah, his Patreon got shut down too.
Wow.
Yeah, he canceled it.
Yeah, he had like over 500,000 followers on Twitter.
Dude, I think if we're gonna talk about it for a little bit, I definitely think he fumbled the bag.
Honestly,
I think he absolutely fumbled it because it's like the Patreon. I heard it wasn't that great. It was like some tweet exclusives or something like that. So it's like he had like over 1,000 or almost 1,000 Patreon patrons for his Patreon. But it's like I think he should have just made a YouTube and all that. Yeah. He made like a sum up video or a podcast.
YouTube,
and
podcast,
he would have done better, I think.
Yeah,
like and making money. So it's like
he would have done fantastic.
Well, it seemed, it seemed like he was trying to figure out whether or not he should take some kind of full-time job, like he mentioned that in his Patreon about the full-time job, or do gaming stuff full-time. And then the Patreon, if you did the math, it was probably somewhere around like $1,500 or something a month that he was getting in the Patreon, which certainly was not enough for him financially. So that's why he shut it down and took the job, I assume. So it totally makes sense. But yeah, like I don't know, I like the way I've always been doing it is like gaming to me is like a side hustle. I've always had a main career outside of it. I'd love to be able to do it full time, but it's just like it's just the reality of it doesn't work. And I think like he could have had a really sweet side hustle for a few years, like, and he could have made it. He could have made that his full-time job. Yeah, he would have added like a YouTube.
I'm surprised though.
Podcast, yeah.
Because even you have your thing on the side. You write for a website, and all of us, we have YouTube channels connected to this or Twitch channels connected. Even game developers who you guys might not see, who have like a whole bunch of crazy followers on Twitter, they have Twitch channels. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Linked to build content off of and stream and everything of that nature. So you would think him seeing all this, he would have had some contingency plan. You see, especially with YouTube now going into the route of TikTok shorts, he could have probably capitalized on that and be like, hey guys, God of War, especially with his following, people believe in him, following him, he could have just said, yo, God of War information, something, quick stuff.
Well, dude, like he had such a following and such like he was probably like the most engaged the most engagement of anybody else in gaming.
Absolutely.
Aside from maybe like some of the big streamers, I don't know, some of them
or
might
the
like
big publishers
like Ninja or whatever, but like in terms of like news people, right,
he was the guy.
He could tweet like hello and get 10,000 likes, right? So like what I'm actually really surprised that he didn't do is he could have literally like tried to make a career out of it. If he would have like, because I know he was getting like every now and again you would see him tweet that he got some kind of game code from a publisher. It didn't happen all that often, but every now and again he would do that. But like, dude, he could have made that like what publisher would not want to give him access to their game? Like the dude has 500,000 followers. He anything he tweets, people retweet 5,000 times. So like, yeah, like he could have like reached out to publishers, like got on influencer lists, got games like a week early. He could have had a podcast.
Could have been a reviewer. Period.
Could have been. Could have
been a reviewer. I mean, that's really it. I mean, that Gotham Knights review, and shout out to everybody who's watched it, but the Gotham Knights review blew my expectations. Everybody, respect wise, I was blown away by it. So and
yeah, he could have been like Skill Up, or you know what I mean? Like
he could have been bigger than Skill Up.
But I mean like the same type of content. He could have done the same type of content and just would have killed it. He would have, he'd be making way more than he's probably making at this full-time job.
Hands down.
He's just so, I don't know. What a loss for gaming in general.
Yeah, I was shocked when I saw him like trending. I'm like, what happened? Did he get acquired or something? And it's like, oh no, I'm leaving. I'm like, huh? And I don't know. Was it because of like, okay, I know he said it was because of the, the pay and whatnot, but at first I'm thinking he left because of the whole, because right now Twitter, is going through a bunch of like chaotic turn events. Like people are just deactivating their accounts, leaving it as a whole because of the whole was it a blue check mark thing you have to
Well,
pay
yeah,
for right now?
he said that was part of it. He made like a little note at the bottom about how he doesn't trust the platform. He didn't actually say he didn't like he called out Musk, of course, but he didn't like he was saying that he just didn't trust the leaders at Twitter for a long time. So it's
understandable. Understandable.
I think he just put that as like a side dig to Musk. I don't think it was having to even do with Musk. He could make money, and I don't think he put up the effort into just creating a YouTube, creating a podcast, and he was trying to just go like, here's a Patreon. Hopefully, all 500,000 of you guys go to the $1 tier, and that was just going to happen. You're going to have to create content for people wanting to go there for the Patreon.
I mean, it's a lot more to manage a channel, but at the same time, I think with just his scoops and his knowledge and everything in the nature, it wouldn't matter if he dropped a video once a week, twice a week. You know what I mean? He would have been fine YouTube-wise. He would have grown something and had a backup plan. You know, he would have easily had like 100,000 subs, easy. You know, guaranteed.
Oh yeah,
easily,
of course.
But again, as you guys saw, it didn't happen like that. Now, where he goes from here, I don't know, man. But it's a big loss. It's a huge loss, and you know, it really ain't gonna be the same without him. It really ain't. It ain't gonna be the same. So I'm actually gonna miss seeing his avatar, you know, trending when it comes to news and everything. So big shout out to him. You know, I hope he lands on his feet. I hope everything turns out well for him. And maybe, you know, maybe down the road we will see him again. I don't know if he'll ever come back as a insider because you know, that term gets thrown around a lot. Insider. This dude was the real deal. He was the real insider. He was the real deal. He was in the know. He knew everything. You know what I mean? There were so many people trying to scratch and claw to get any little bit of information and try to get clout. This guy was not that.
But isn't he was like the I don't know if I would call him an insider, because to me an insider is the person that actually
true.
Well, the insider is the one that actually gets the scoop. He was like the ultimate curator.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. That's
like he like an insider would leak something, and Nibble would post it like 10 seconds after it gets on the internet, no matter where on the internet. It could be like some random thread in this random website, and he figures it out and he posts it within minutes. It was great. Like, yeah, the speed of him curating like every last tidbit of news was just crazy. I don't know where, like, he must have had like 20 windows at any given time, 24 hours a day.
Without a doubt, he definitely had like a triple monitor setup or something. There's no way he did that with 1 or 2 monitors. He had like 3. He was ready to go, but that guy, man, he was the real deal. Shout out to Nibellion. Again, much love to him. Appreciate his service for the industry, and hope to see him again. Real talk. Hope to see him again. I am surprised though. I did not see him ever on Spotify with like a podcast or something. You know, he doesn't even have to do the YouTube thing. He could have just did a.
He
Spotify
has connections
thing.
though. That's the thing too. Like Jeff.
Yep.
And Shinobi. If he put out a YouTube, they could have also retweeted it and done a lot for it. So it's like
got featured. He probably got featured on like the content
Zeus,
list.
like all those dudes. They all came from NeoGAF.
Yep. But think about that though with the Game Awards. Remember how the Game Awards does like that content creator highlight thing? Guarantee you, Jeff would have pulled a favor and pulled him out there. Like, listen, check out this content creator who also is known for Twitter for this, you know what I mean? But now he's like he could have really done some stuff, but
I feel like,
don't know.
I mean, he didn't mention it in his tweet, but like something that I've just been thinking about is like I get the sense that he actually preferred being anonymous. Like, does anybody even know his name? Does anybody does anybody know what this guy
looks like? I would assume
like?
Shinobi knows. I think they say they text, so I would assume.
I don't.
Because everybody's
like maybe that's why he didn't want to do a YouTuber. He didn't want to do you know, a podcast. Like maybe he didn't want anyone to see his face. He didn't want people to hear his voice. I don't know.
I mean, you could do.
I mean,
you could do a podcast without showing your face.
Without, showing your face. It's just you're gonna hear your voice essentially.
Yeah, and at that point, you might as well. I mean, again, depending on how you want to do it, you know, you can get a cool layout and have just your logo pulsating in Discord and do it, whatever, and do that if you want to do that. But there's also ways of doing it where you don't have to go through all those bells and whistles. You can just simply have it on Spotify and be good.
Totally. It's like Kojima.
Yeah.
Yep.
And shout out to Kojima. I think him and Jeff, no surprise. Yeah, him and Jeff did an episode. Not so surprisingly. I was like, oh, Jeff, I knew that was happening. Especially after he announced it on his show. But nah, shout out to Hideo Kojima, shout out to Jeff Keighley. But yeah, no, that's the show, man. Hunter, tell people where to find you, bro.
So you can find me on Twitter. Just go to Next Gen Player.
There you go.
And I try to tweet I'm definitely I'm nowhere near Nibelian, but I try to tweet out maybe the top 5 or 10 things that I see every day, all the news pieces. So I try to cover all the major things that happen in the game industry.
Yep. Go check him out, man. He's getting close to 100K followers. That is insane. Check him out. Real talk. Check him out. Obviously, check out Red Hood. And, of course, subscribe if you have not done so here. Hit that like button. Shout out to everybody who's still here after us still going on with this pod. But, yeah, we'll see you next week. Y'all have a blessed one, all right? We out of here.